If you can hear me, then you are watching Poker at Kojak's. And looks like we got a good lineup out here tonight. A very interesting one. We got Carrie, obviously, in seat one, having a good time, looking like she's ready to win. We've got Donald, who has just raised to 20 with the Queen Jack offsuit. We got Big Taco once again. Jesse is back in the mix. And I'm really excited about that guy in the blue shirt there in the bottom right of your frame there. Brendan, who's got the Ace Queen show right now of spades. Love to see that. And it looks like we are going three ways to a flop with two spades on it. So Brendan pulling out pretty far ahead. Two overcards. He's got the nut flush draw. And nobody else really getting a piece of the pie here. So
we're actually playing Hold'em, and it's actually just picking up two cards. So we will get that fixed for the next hand.
Okay, so yeah, looks like we should be seeing four cards, but we do only have two for now. Now, are we doing a full PLO game tonight?
It is a full PLO game.
There it is.
Nothing but PLO all day, every day.
Look at this. Brendan makes the nut flush anyway, even using only half of his PLO hand. And it looks like Donald May. He looks like he's thinking about it. Checking the cards and throws them in the muck. Brendan takes down the first pot of the night. And he started on the dealer button, so off to a great start. Love to see that. Brendan now at 1.8K in third place here on the chip count, tied with Eddie for fourth. A couple of new names out there. Kobe's certainly not one of them. A great player over there. Also an aficionado of great hats as well. And it looks like June is sitting down at the table here. I believe we still have one other player still to come.
You can see that June's chip stack.
You can see that rack of chips there in seat 3. And
Thank you.
June is buying in for $8.55. Not quite a huge stack, but certainly not a small stack either. Donald with a great wrap. June also an aficionado of hats. Love to see that. And Big Taco and Jesse with basically the same hand there. High card ace, low card 4. And June with the pair of sixes in hand. Also a great wrap, though. He's got the 7 and 8 to go along with it. And June picks up an up and down draw right there. Of course, you can only use 2 of your whole cards. Otherwise, he would have the straight already. Big Taco just starting the day with trips. Love that. Nobody holding a spade, though. So it looks like... oh, wait. Sorry. June has 2 spades. So not only does he have up and down straight draw, but he's also got the flush draw against Big Taco's trip 10s. Big Taco drawn to the boat. Has more equity than June, but, you know, this last card, this king, could have changed things if it were any other card, but it was just the king of clubs. Big Taco locks up that check mark, does throw out a bet, does get a fold from June, and does take down the pot. Not a huge pot, but we are just getting started. $500 pot there, of which Big Taco picks up 120 buckarooners. We are doing a $5 game tonight. We have been experimenting with a $10 on the button blind previously, but it looks like tonight we've gone back to the old $5 game. But I'm not really sure the blind level has any influence on the way that these players play. Once somebody starts buying, adding on, it really doesn't matter that it's a $5 open. People are just going to throw in 35, 45 as often as they can. Of course, it is PLO, so sometimes it does take a second for the pot to build up. AD picking up the Ace King Queen with a 3 dangler right there. June got the quad draw with the pocket 2s. And Big Taco with the pair of jacks. A good wrap with that hand. Jesse, also not too bad there with the pocket tens. Unfortunately, Eddie and Kobe are both holding the other two tens. Gary picks up a pair of threes, so a lot of pocket pairs here. A lot of pocket pairs. Well, let me tell you about my week that I had last week. I discovered that the Hustler Casino ran a game last Friday. I believe it was 100, 200, 400. And that was a wild game. We had Alan Keating, we had Jean-Robert Ballon, we had Mickey on there, a couple other great players, and it was pure degeneracy. They broke so many records with that stream. By the end of it, Jean-Robert Ballon was up 800 and something $1,000. And the biggest pot of the night was $750K, $750,000. Unbelievable. Highly recommended. But that stream was 16 hours. So when I said, let me tell you about my week, I started that stream on Monday and was determined to finish it. It took me all the way until today to get through the entire 16 hours. It's broken up into 3 parts, and the first one is 12 hours long. So Eddie picks up trips. He's got the 7 there. And is, I believe, drawing to a straight right there. Carrie also Carrie has the straight. Yeah. There we go. That queen changes nothing. Well, let's see if, it goes check, check on the river. Carrie doesn't get any additional value, but is able to take down that pot. 1.5K. See, I told you, it wouldn't take long. We're starting to see those 4-digit pots already.
They just got to get warmed up, that's all.
Just getting warmed up, getting a feel for the table. And, of course, every player at the table adds a twist to the dynamic of the way everybody else plays.
Absolutely.
So each lineup is going to treat every other lineup very differently. And, everybody's just feeling it out right now. And the dealer saying, we've got cameras here, which is good for us here in the booth.
Very good, very good.
I got Chris joining me here, the tech wizard. Beard aficionado, not so much a hat aficionado. At least I haven't seen him in a hat.
I like hats, but I don't wear them often.
I got this sweet one from Kojak's. This,
that is a good-looking hat.
Black Clover Club. And I was really excited to see Norm Macdonald play in a game of poker one time wearing this exact hat. My hat, of course, has the Kojak's branding on it, and so that makes it better than Norm's hat. That's the one thing I'll have over Norm Macdonald. Oh, man. And Big Taco picking up not a great hand. Not a bad hand either, but he does decide to call 5. Eddie with the pocket jacks. Also fair hand. Carrie with the pocket 9s. Donald with the pocket 3s. And we're doing the pocket pair count tonight. And out of the 6 players playing, 3 of them have pocket pairs. Look at AD. I like that hand. Queen, Jack, 10, 8. Double suited. Only has 4% equity, though. Because so many other players have pocket pairs, he's instantly behind. But I have a feeling that on the flop, let's see. Yeah, definitely. AD picks up a little more equity there. He's got 2 pair now. But Eddie is up. Oh, Eddie makes the straight right there. And a nice 69% equity there. Kobe and AD both have a pair of queens and a pair of 10s. And I believe they're both drawing to Broadway. AD just needs an ace. Kobe just needs a jack. But, of course, both of those cards exist in either Big Taco or Eddie's hand. Some in multiples in the case of Eddie's jacks there. And we do see AD getting out of there. No more Broadway draws. Oh, and the diamond, the 5 of diamonds gets there. Big Taco picks up the nut flush, but Eddie has the jack high flush. And it goes check, check on the river. Still warming up. But still a $900 pot. Big Taco makes a $530 profit. Not too bad at all. Big Taco loving the hat, man. Eddie, likewise. Feeling hats today. I took a shower. It's Saturday.
Big Taco and Kobe both have the same style of hat.
I like it. That's true. We'll have to say, tell us in chat who wore it better. Wearing a hat today. It's Saturday. It's Labor Day weekend. I jumped in the shower when I woke up and promptly took a nap afterwards, so my hair is a mess, and that's what hats are perfect for. I feel like while I've still got hair, it's nice to mess it up every once in a while.
Well, there's a reason they don't show us in the booth.
That's right. We, as they say, have a good face for radio. Present company excluded, of course. Oh, man. And look at this.
Really saying that to be nice.
There's a reason they tell me to get out of the frame when the camera's on. Trust me. And looks like we got a couple of big hands going on here. Big Taco with the wheel wrap.
Could we get Donald to spread his cards? Donald, seat 2.
And we've got Jesse with the good Broadway draw and a 4 dangler. Eddie with the good Broadway draw and a 4 dangler also. Brendan actually has the full wrap there for King High Straight, pretty good. And 3 spades. Donald rocking the mystery hand. And the pocket pair check count is 1 right now, with AD only holding pocket 7s. Wow, look at this. 3 spades, and Brendan has the king high flush right now. He's holding 1 too many spades, but that didn't stop him from making the flush on the flop. And he goes ahead and bets right near half pot. And looks like he's going to get a couple of folds. A lot of people scared of that monotone board. I don't blame them. We don't see Brendan on the table very often for these stream games, but I have a feeling if he keeps running like this, we may see him a little more often. Brendan is the man with the plan, the guy who makes things work around here. And might I say, does a good job doing it. Speaking of which, check this out. We've got a new feature brought to you by Carrie Shaver Realty. How you like that? So check out Carrie Shaver for all your realty needs. She's a fantastic woman, very, very sweet lady, and very hardworking. Fun fact, I actually used to be a realtor a long time ago. Not an easy job, so props to Carrie and her whole realty company. Check her out if you're trying to move or maybe you just want to sell. Try and cash in on that housing market the way that it is right now. It really is a seller's market. My house went up almost 20% in value in just 1 year, so I'm doing okay there. Brendan now with the ace king jack. He's got 3 diamonds. Let's see if he can flop another diamond flush on the flop here. Let's see. Oh, and it is not. Look at this guy over here. We got Blaze peeking his head in. How's it going, man?
Good, brother.
Good to see you, dude. We are doing all right, man. Brendan's out there on the.
Is Brendan playing?
Brendan is playing, and he is doing fine. He flopped a flush. He flopped a nut flush last hand.
Second nut. It was the king high.
Oh, the king high. That's right. But not too bad. Not too bad.
Good start for him. Right?
Good start. Big Taco now with the queen high flush.
Look out for Donald. Donald is pretty competent. He plays a lot of PLO.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be a good game.
Should be a real good game. We got a good lineup. Now, I've been commenting on the hats. That may be Donald's drawback. He's not wearing a hat right now. So.
He probably needs a hat. Let's get him a hat. We're playing.
Oh, man. So are you playing tonight?
Yeah, I'm out there on the PLO table.
He's out there. Come out and say hey to Blaze.
It's a full table, huh?
Yeah, it's a full table. But it's only a matter of time before one of these players busts. I'm sure if you want to add your name to the spot, this guy's thinking about it.
I might. I just want to come check on you. I realize that you're by yourself.
Well, feel free. Feel free to jump on in here. We got me and Chris holding down the fort.
Hell yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah, I thought Brendan was going to be in the booth with me. He said, I'll be there with you in the text message. And I didn't realize, because I thought that meant I'll be in the booth with you. I didn't realize it meant he was going to be in the stream with me. Yeah.
I'll be there with you.
Completely different capacity.
That's
That's it. That's as long as I'm here to be supported by Brendan, I'm happy.
The dealer's a good dealer.
One of my favorite dealers.
He's fucking incredible.
He's great. And Brendan does make the call with the pocket queens. Now Carey's got the quad draw once again. Oh, not anymore. June has the other two. Now the quad draw only qualifies when you have pocket twos.
Correct.
Other times it's just a pocket pair.
It's just a pocket pair,
Right.
Pocket
Wow,
just
look at
is
this.
a
Eddie flops.
Oh, flops the world.
Flops the world. Aces full of kings.
Lucky ducky. Oh my god, that game. I'm looking on that list.
It's a good game.
Don't tell us that.
Okay, I won't. He didn't say anything. What are you talking about? It's good to see you, Blaze. Wow. 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 A check around, a bet and a fold is what it looks like. And Eddie, unfortunately, flops the world, but is only able to take down $30 from that pot.
And gets zero value.
Zero value. I don't even want to run the numbers. How often do you flop the high boat?
I mean,
in
at
your
some
hand?
point, in that, you have to put a bet in, and especially like on the river, put out a bet and hope somebody has
At least an
a
ace
flush
or
that
a
they
king,
can
or
call
a
you
flush.
with.
Yeah.
Like something to
Yeah.
get a little, try to get a little extra. Because I mean, if you check there,
You're not going to get anything at all.
wow, that's tough.
Yeah, and he was under the gun too, so
Yeah.
it's even tougher to lead out into a field of what was it, 6 people.
Yeah,
But that is the way the game is played.
and I mean, like $10. Throw $10 out there.
I
You
know
know,
it'd be better than just getting 30. And that's the game. A lot of people say you need good cards to play to have a good hand. That's not necessarily true. You need better cards than your opponent, and you need your opponent to have really good cards because they're willing to gamble a little more, bet a little more, and then you can make that value. Big Taco with 4 hearts. Donald's got 2 more hearts, and Jesse's holding 1.
can we get Kobe to spread his cards again?
Let's see if Kobe's holding a heart. Oh, no hearts. All black cards for Kobe. We do see another heart on the flop, the 10 of hearts, along with the 6 of diamonds and the 5 of clubs. Ooh, turn brings in another diamond. Brendan with the second nut flush draw, and Carey with the nut flush draw. Brendan bets 80. Carey, I don't think is going anywhere. She calls. And Donald gets out of the way. And Blaze's words, a very competent PLO player. It was a competent fold. And let's see if Big Taco decides to get out of there. No, he does make the call. He's trying to make a straight, it looks like. He's got a gut shot. Actually, a couple different ways to make a straight.
Jesse already has the nuts straight at the moment.
Yeah, Big Taco has a small straight, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But of course, when there's 2 diamonds on the board, you got to be worried. Oh, and there's the jack of diamonds. This is going to get ugly. Brendan's run good may have come to an end here. Oh, check, and Carey bets out 560.
560.
A full pot size bet. Brendan, let's see if he can sniff this out and get away from it.
I think
He makes the call.
Wow.
Oh man, and gets the bad news. There it is. Oh, it's Jesse. No. Who called? I heard call, but was it Jesse?
No. It was Brendan that called.
Brendan did make the call.
He's just already mucked his cards, so it
Oh,
looks like
no.
he's out.
Got the bad news there, but still right back to 1.5K for Brendan. Not a bad stack at all. Certainly right at, I believe, what he bought in for. So not doing bad. Able to absorb that loss. Was free rolling that one from the previous pot that he won. Previous couple of pots. Looking a little agitated, as I would feel personally. That's just one of those where you're beat. As they say, a bad beat.
Brendan may have been able to make a call there for some amount of money, but not a pot size.
Pot size bet.
A pot size bet
is tough. Pot size bet is tough.
And he knows that Carrie's going to be sticking around if she's got the nut flush draw. So I mean there's no way that he can make a call there.
Very tricky. Very tricky.
I mean, if she throws out like $150 or $200, he's kind of like pot committed.
Right. At that point, your odds are good enough. But yeah, that full pot size bet, Carrie was able to get max value from it. And here we go. We could actually see a repeat here. Brendan's got the King Jack of hearts, and Carrie has the Ace 4 of hearts. Donald, not a bad hand there. Got a good wrap. One too many spades. Oh, and here we go. We're starting to see those hearts fade away. It looks like every player has at least one heart so far, including June. Oh, Jesse breaks the cycle. Love to see that. Pocket pair check. We are at 1 right now with kings for Jesse. 3s for Eddie brings us up to 2, and 8s for Kobe brings us up to 3 pocket pairs right now of the 7 players playing. Still rocking about half. That is a phenomenon known as something. And we've got 2 diamonds on the flop, so and no hearts. So we're not gonna see a repeat of Carrie's nut flush versus Brendan's second nut flush this time. This time, it looks like Jesse is not best. And June has the. He's got the straight draw right there, going inside it looks like, and Eddie has a set of 3s.
Eddie takes it down.
Eddie bets, Jesse folds. Easy money. That's how the game is played. That's all you got to do. Just bet.
Just bet, and everybody else will fold.
Everybody folds. And if you ever want poker tips from us, maybe don't take them, but that's what we got. Just bet and everybody folds.
That's the easy way to win it.
Easy way. I did a home game last night. Tell you my bad beat story from the night, in case anybody cares. I know you don't.
Nobody does.
Nobody does. Everybody's got a story. I had pocket 7s, and the flop was Jack 8-7. I felt pretty good about that. Got 4 callers on the flop. Turn comes another 8. I bet out, full pot size bet. Got 2 callers there, and I felt pretty good that they confident that they had 8s. And the full pot size bet had me all in. And then the last card to come was a Jack. So both of the players that called me on the turn made 8s full of Jacks, and I had 7s full of Jacks. It was the only card in the whole deck, where 2 of them were Jacks. And I got sucked out on by 2 players. But that's it. Should have followed my own advice.
This is something that we are not... Oh, is it? Okay, 50. Sorry. I misheard that. I heard a raise to 10 and then a raise to 15, and it was actually a raise to 50.
That would be legal, though, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And we are 4 ways to the flop. That is unusual so far tonight. Wow, look at this. Carrie flopping a great draw there for Broadway.
Kobe is the one I missed.
But Eddie has a pair of queens. And Kobe, with his stylish headwear, is still in the pot. Though we don't know what his cards are once again. May have a problem with his reader. Kobe does decide to fold anyway, so I guess we'll never know. Brendan's still in there, though, I believe. Against Carrie once again. We've seen these 2 go at it. Seat 9 and seat 1. Now, I wonder if there's any psychology to this. I know that it's easier to bluff in online games, or so says the professionals. But, and the reason is because you don't have to look someone in the face like you do when you're playing a live game. I wonder if it's easier for seat 9 and seat 1 to bluff each other because they're not looking at each other. Wow, Carrie locks it up with that 10 there. She does make Broadway, and that 10 is of diamonds, so no flushes come through. There's a wheel possibility. But of course, Carrie is holding the high straight. She bets 500. And Brendan gets away from it this time. He did have the 8-9. 7-8-9, really. But he had the 8-9, so kind of had air there. Was hanging around looking for a, I guess a straight. But he does get out of there on the river.
I think that was a case of him sensing weakness among everybody and just trying to take the pot down.
Is very likely. And if it had been another card other than that 10, he may have been able to bluff on the river and take her down.
Yeah.
But not from Carrie. Carrie's doing well tonight. Love that shirt also. Nice hand, sir. With the picture of the jackass on there. Love it. Love it. And AD picks up a pocket pair of 10s. I think June still could technically get quad 2s. Oh, nope, not anymore. Kobe holds another 2. Big Taco running the mystery hand tonight. And Carrie once again picking up a very playable hand. Ace 10, 9, 5 with 2 spades. She's only 10 high on her spade draw,
Need
though.
to get Frankie's cards. Oh, I got it. Never mind. Thank you.
And the flop is 8, 4, 4. Donald's holding a 4. Love flopping trips. I feel like that's one of the best feelings. Of course, it can go down south a little quicker in PLO than it does in Hold'em. But for now, Donald really showing off a big share of that equity right now. Oh, and there's another 2. It is a 2 of hearts. So Jesse with the queen high flush draw and Kobe now with the nut flush draw. In addition to Kobe's pair of 2s. And Donald's hanging around with his trip 4s. Let's see if he boats up. Come on, King. King of hearts, what do you got? No, it is an 8 of hearts, giving Kobe the nut flush. And Donald's trip 4s probably not feeling too good now. And it looks like Kobe is going to... No, Eddie is going to bet 95. Kobe, of course, going to make the call, or is it a raise? It looks like a raise to me. Saw a couple...
Nope, that's a call.
Oh, it is a call. I thought I saw some black chips flying into the pot. Nope. Donald makes the correct laydown right there. Let's see if Eddie... Oh, Eddie had a boat. No? No. Didn't have a boat. You can only use 2. You have to use 2 of your whole cards. In Hold'em rules, he would have been able to spike one of those 8s in there and make 8s full of 4s. But instead, he just had trip 8s.
Yep.
There we go. Seeing the chip count. Big Taco at 3.6K right now. Carrie doing very well for herself at 3.3K. Brendan has dropped down below his buy at 1.2, but he's still really close. Could come back. Seeing some nicely sized stacks tonight. And of course, it's only a matter of time before one of these players starts getting stuck or another player starts getting wild. Some gambles start paying off and people start adding on. We are about a half hour into the game and June's already got aces. Love that. And suited ace at that. He's got the ace of spades along with the 10 and the 4 of spades. And Big Taco looks like he's going to make the call. Here we go. 3 pocket pairs on the pocket pair count. Eddie's going to go ahead and raise it up to 55 with his queens. Good wrap there, though. He's double suited. Love that hand. Definitely a great hand. Good raise candidate right there. Let's see what Carrie's got. Ace, king, 5-3. 5-3 is so strong right now. And Donald with a fair hand there on the button. Certainly playable. Oh, and I believe June bets the pot here. All right, here we go. This is shaping up to be a big hand. 295 is the size of the pot. June bets the full pot, protecting his aces. And I'm sure that screams to everybody else at the table what June has. He's got pocket aces. And I'm sure Eddie's going to come along. But if he does, he's getting himself into a very bloated pot. And we are now heads up. So it looks like Eddie makes the call. 2, 3, jack. Wow. And we've got it all in already. June goes for his 200 that he had behind. Eddie makes the quick call. He's got a straight draw. No, he doesn't. Not yet. Oh! And June's aces hold up. And that's how it's done, everybody. In PLO, pocket aces really isn't the best hand, but if you can eliminate the field, then your chances of taking down that pot drastically increase. There you go. June now up to 1.4K. Not doing too bad. Number 4 on the chip count. Love to see that. Wow, what a crazy pot already. So now the next time June goes all in, maybe for a big chunk of change more than the previous time. It looks like we've got our player getting ready to add on or take a break after that pot. Not sure the call with the queens was the right move.
It's a tough place to be.
It's tough because you have so many outs and you still have 2 cards to come.
And that is the kind of play that you would expect from somebody out of an early position with pocket aces. They don't necessarily want to raise from early position the first go around because there's not really any money in the pot, and so like their max raise might be to like 15 or 20.
Right.
But whenever it comes back around,
yeah, if you limp pot, limp and pot bet,
then at that point, like you can actually put some money in and actually put some pressure on.
Right.
I don't like. Are you gonna fold pocket queens pre-flop in that spot? I don't know necessarily. But whenever he is all in on that flop, you've got to imagine that he's either got a better pocket pair than you,
right,
or
a real strong draw,
or maybe he hit a set.
Right, that's true too.
Although I think he actually declared all in before the cards came out. So
that's a good strong play too. I like that also. Flop comes all diamonds once again. Another monotone flop. We've seen 2 of spades, and this is the first monotone diamonds that we've seen. Kobe's got the 8 high flush right now. June with the 5 high flush. 6 on the turn really doesn't change much. This is one of those boards. You've either got a flush or you've got a set. And in the case of Brendan here with his set of 7s. And let's see if the board pairs. Brendan, ooh, it does not. The 8 of spades falls on the river. And June's 5-3 flush. Telling you, 5-3 is so strong right now. Charlie would be proud.
He cannot be happy with it, though.
No, and as Brendan bets 250, which is right close to the size of the pot, I wonder if that sends any alarm bells to June.
June folds.
He does lay it down.
The best hand.
He folds the best hand. Brendan, sensing weakness once again, is able to capitalize on that one this time.
You can't be happy with the 5 high flush in PLO.
No. Especially like we talked about earlier, facing almost a full pot size bet.
Exactly.
Can't feel good about it. And that brings Brendan right to 1.3 again. And we are already seeing a fair amount of action. These players love PLO. If you're a big fan of PLO or you play a lot of Hold'em, you want something different, come out to Kojak's. There's almost always a round of each game or just a straight up PLO game playing. It's in my opinion, a little more gambly. The variance is a little higher with PLO, but it is fun because you generally make bigger hands because you have 4 to choose from. And we've got a raise already. Big Taco on the straddle there. Jesse does make the call. And we see Kobe's the one with the pocket aces this time. And he does have a suited ace. He goes ahead and bets to 45, but gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 callers. And let's see if this flop is monotone again. What do we got? Oh, I see a diamond in the window. It's a king of diamonds. An 8 and a 4 along with that king of diamonds gives Big Taco a top pair. Jesse's still with the pocket sevens. But Kobe is the one leading out $200 with his over pair. That ace, those pair of aces. He's also got a 4. So if another 4 were to pop up on the board, he'd have trip 4s. And, of course, the diamond draw. Oh, but that 9 of clubs kills the diamond draw and actually gives Donald the second nut flush draw. Kobe is holding the ace of clubs, which probably is not going to play a big part in this pot now that the jack of diamonds comes on the river. Donald goes ahead and leads out. Is it 55, I believe?
We'll go with that.
I thought I saw chips flying in. Looks like Kobe's counting out a couple of them, shuffling them up. And Kobe does make the fold. Wow. Kobe folded the best hand. We're seeing a lot of aggression tonight. A lot of bluffing. And I got to say, I really like it. It is nice to see the aggression factor really picking up here, as these players are really scrapping it out for these pots. That was Eric in that seat, who's up relieved from the table for now.
Eric?
Who was sitting there?
Eddie.
Eddie, that's right, Eddie. I got the first letter right. Eddie left in a hurry.
There's an I in there too.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. I got 2 letters right. Thank you. I could have played Wheel of Fortune with that. Left in such a hurry, those black chips are just strewn about, leaving a mess of the place. Brendan wearing the official Kojak's shirt, as is Donald over there. Check us out. Come by and get some merch. We actually have some really good merch on sale right now. You can see Carrie wearing some official merch also. That nice hand, sir, shirt. You got to pause before you say sir, because everybody knows what you mean. And Brendan makes a
have June spread his cards?
Set of queens right there. A set of queens. And let's see if okay. Brendan bets 25. It looks like Donald snap raises. It's a min click, but it is a raise nonetheless. Donald working on that straight. And let's see if Brendan comes in over the top. No, he just makes the call. And with that 3 on the turn, Donald does make the straight, but Brendan's got plenty of outs. He could possibly see the board pair, and in which case he would make the straight. I mean the full house. Donald, though, doesn't see that happening. His straight looks like it holds. He locks up the check mark. He does bet 175. Brendan thinking about it with his set of queens. Top set, no less. And he's thinking about it, replaying it in his mind. What was the action? How did it go? Studying it up, shuffling chips. And it looks like he's putting together a call. No, it looks like he's putting together a raise. Oh, it is a call.
It's a call.
And Donald shows the straight.
And
Brendan turns face up.
Brendan is trying to figure out how he managed to get to the turn with that hand.
With that hand, with those queens. And that puts Brendan down to 1K for now. But Jesse, all the way at the bottom at $700, still a sizable stack. We really haven't seen Jesse play too many hands. You see him sitting there with his arms crossed right now, waiting for the hand of his dreams. A lot of bling though. I gotta say, I like that. Talking about the Hustler Casino live stream where everybody's sitting down with 500K. It's really interesting to see because it is kind of a red carpet event of sorts. Alan Keating, of course, wearing a great suit. It's interesting to see poker players show up to the table when they've got something to prove, because it is almost about who are you wearing as much as how are you playing in some circles. And I gotta say, I like it. I like the fashion, like the hats, like the chains, like the watches. And it reminds me I should probably go shopping, purchase some of those things. Carrie picks up the pocket kings. Donald picks up the pocket tens. Brendan says, I am not having any part of this pot. He got out as soon as he could. And June with the suited ace of spades. Wow. Queen, jack, 6, rainbow. As Charlie says, Skittles. And Jesse is up and down here. So let's see if this is the pot. He's on the button. Let's see if this is the pot for Jesse. AD with 2 pair, though. And June, of course, with the pair. Oh, now June with a better 2 pair with his aces and jacks. Carrie's still holding on to those kings. She does have the Broadway draw here. No, she doesn't. She could make a straight. I think.
With a 10.
With a 10, yeah. She could make a straight, but it wouldn't be Broadway.
9-10 jack, queen, king.
Yeah. And no, it doesn't matter anyway, because that 3 on the river locks it up for Jesse. He does have Broadway anyway already. Let's see if he's able to extract max value. He does bet 515, which I believe is the wow. We're up to a 1K size pot here. Carrie gets out. AD gets out. Looks like folds all around. Easy money. Just bet the river. That's all it takes. And Jesse's able to lock up 4 hundo right there, putting him above the 1K mark. And that makes all of our players, I believe, above 1,000 right now. Oh, I lied. Eddie and Kobe are just shy of that $1,000 mark. $850 for Eddie and Kobe at $815, but that hat is easily worth $185. There we go. A little dealer confusion. Sliding out cards. It's not as easy as you might expect. That home game we played last night, we did it old school style. We didn't have a dedicated dealer, so the dealer button was the deck, and we shuffled. And you get a couple of drinks in you. It becomes a little more difficult. Oh, here we go. Brendan making a couple of jokes about jokers. I like how meta that is. All right, let's see. Let's see these hands. What do we got? We've got a big pot brewing. We've got a lot of bet action here. What is that? $80. 1, 2, 3, 4 callers. 5 callers? 6 callers. Oh, it looks like we got a family pot. And a large one at that. A lot of cards not showing up here, so we may be kind of blind for this hand. But I can tell you the pot is up over $400.
Can I get everybody to spread their cards again?
We've got 7 players, which I believe is everybody, with Eddie's absence. And certainly playable cards all around. 6-6 on the flop, along with the queen, gives June trip 6s. And I don't think anybody paired the queen. It doesn't look like... Oh, Kobe paired the queen, but he's got aces in his hand anyway, so a higher pair in his hand. And I believe Eddie is out of the hand anyway. Wow, June raises all in, comes in over the top, it looks like, of Kobe's bet. And we get a call from Kobe, it looks like. And June, with his trip sixes, is so far is ahead. Whoa! Turns quads, hello. We've got a couple of players really just running hot. June able to make the full, I believe, no, not quite the full double up. But it was close thanks to the other players. Even though we did have Kobe covered, that pre-flop action really built up that pot quick. And June is now sitting at 2.4K. Unbelievable. Kobe wearing it like a pro. Just reaches right into the wallet. Looks like he's counting out some Benjamins. Wow, June quickly ascending the chip count board here. Eddie now the only player below 1,000 at 770. But we may see, once he gets back in, we may see Eddie really pull a fast one on us. That's why we call him Fast Eddie. It's a billiards club in Odessa. No relation to this Eddie.
No relation.
But it is called Fast Eddie's.
That we know of. I mean, he may own the place. I don't know.
It's possible. It's true. I didn't do a background check yet on any of these people. Or even a deep dive into Wikipedia. It looks like we've got a straddle and a double straddle on already. As these chip stacks start increasing in size, I have a feeling we'll see a lot more of that. And with Kobe adding on, it's just putting more money on the table.
Oh, and I bet we're gonna see a raise from Carey.
Wow, what a great hand in the straddle to have. That King 4 deuce. Love to see that. Donald actually not too bad either. That 2 dangler is really the only problem with that hand, but really not a bad hand at all. AD comes in with a good wrap. And I believe the pot is 150. It looks like Jesse's going to just go ahead and go for it. He instantly gets a caller. Jesse's got the aces, or I believe it popped up on the screen there just for a quick second. There you go. Instant calls all around it. It looks like Carey's not going anywhere. AD's probably not going anywhere. Look at this pot. We're at $600 pre-flop. Unreal. That's the kind of action. That's why we come here on Saturday nights. And I'm talking about me and Chris, honestly.
Yeah.
Just sitting in the booth watching this craziness. Love to see it. 4-7-6 on the flop. 2 spades. Nobody is holding 2 spades, though, so nobody with a flush draw. Brendan does have 2 diamonds, as does AD. And then Jesse has the ace of diamonds, so that's not going to play a factor now that the 9 has come off on the turn. It does pair AD. AD's got a pair of 9s and a pair of 7s, as well as a straight draw, but no backdoor, certainly no flush draw. And Kobe does bet 500. Looks like it's good enough to get a couple of players out. Let's see if AD decides to make the call. No, he does get out of there. And that should take it. Kobe clawing his way back.
Did you say Brendan added on for 1,000? Thank you.
All right, we got Brendan adding on for 1,000. So we're just seeing that money. 100. And looks like Kobe's back in the swing of things. And, you know, one of my favorite things to watch is Carrie just having a good time at the poker table. Win or lose, she is always laughing, always joking, always having a good time. And that's the atmosphere that you can expect here at Kojak's. Got a double straddle again. And like I said, once we get to that point, we're going to start seeing a lot of these double straddles. Now, at Kojak's, we do blind structure a little differently than most other places, casinos, and even other poker clubs. We do a button blind, which really benefits the players because when you put in money blind, you're putting it in from the best position. But when we have straddles and double straddles, the blind structure kind of resembles a little bit more of a standard game with the small blind and big blind. But with the double straddle, that quickly turns the game into a 10-20 game. So even though we're actually technically doing a $5 on the button game, these past two hands basically have been playing like a 10-20 PLO game. And that's the kind of stuff I love to see. I'll be honest. AD, 4 bets with the aces in his hand. This is, I think, the third or fourth hand in a row that we've seen pocket aces. And I like the aggression that these players are really trying to thin the field with that hand. And we are going 3 to the flop. Looks like Donald got out of there. Let's see. Come on, give me an ace. No, it's not.
Oh, there's my 5 deuce.
That's the 5 deuce.
Oh, I love it.
That is Chris's, what do you call it, silly hand?
My stupid hand.
Stupid hand, that's it. The stupid hand.
I know how stupid it is, but I play it anyway.
You got to, and this is why. Because 1 out of 1,000 flops, maybe 10,000 flops, will
You just
be.
crush it and nobody sees it coming.
That's it. That's it. Now, nobody holding a deuce, but we do have an all-in. We do have an all-in, and it looks like Big Taco is betting over the top of AD.
He wasn't able to go all in. He's limited to
okay.
pot, so...
The pot is, what, 1.5K?
Yeah.
Wow, still a massive bet. Would have been all in for AD to call, but doesn't make the call. Was worried about the 2s, and that's exactly why.
Or
Pocket
the 5s,
aces.
or the king.
Or the 5, that's very true.
Pocket 5s, pocket kings. There's
That's-
a lot of ways you could be losing right there.
Very true, very true. And that's why those aces, the pocket aces, are not quite as strong in PLO as they are in Hold'em. Big Taco now with that win at 4.1K. Almost the next 2 places combined. So we've got a lot of money on the table already. Almost $15,000, if my math serves.
Probably up around there somewhere.
I'm doing it without a calculator, folks, and I am sleepy today. We went till 6:30 in the morning last night playing that game. It was a lot of fun.
I was playing up here Thursday night till about 3 o'clock in the morning. Had a pretty good time.
Love that. Yeah, it's always a good time here. I like the home games. I like the atmosphere, but I don't ever, and maybe it's just me, have as much fun playing the home games as I do at Kojak's. I don't know what it is about this place. It's just a good atmosphere. It's people who know how to play poker also. Sometimes the home games, you got 1 or 2 people who just show up for the good time, and they're going all in blind, and I like the degeneracy. Don't get me wrong, but when you try to bluff them, it never works.
Yeah, you can't bluff people that don't know what they're doing.
Right.
Doesn't really work.
And you do that level 1 strategy. It doesn't quite work out every time. And June is going to make the call rather than double straddling. And Big Taco makes the call as well. Jesse coming along for the ride. Let's see. Eddie. We got a family pot brewing. There's Kobe throwing in the 10. So does Brendan. And Carrie calls. Come on, Donald. Raise it up. Pot size. Oh, he does. He raises to 80. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it so much. Gets at least 1 fold. But, as we say here, if it's good enough for 10, it's good enough for 80. So let's see how many other players fold here. Doesn't look like we're getting a lot of folds. We got the 1.
Eddie says, I don't even want to call, but there's so much money I can't get away from it now.
Can't get away from it. Yeah, Eddie's hand not looking great, but he does have the pocket 3s. We can see. that Kobe was holding another 3, so his chances of hitting a set are very unlikely now. But yeah, from his perspective, yeah, he got a pretty good chance. Got the king and the 10 to go along with it as
All
well.
right,
As
so Donald managed to push one guy out. Got one guy out. So
got one, and the table is laughing just as much as we are here. Just at that. 7 players going to the flop. And this is not the first time that we've seen all 7 or 7 of the 8 players going to the flop. Oh, and there is a king on the board, along with a deuce and an 8. Oh, $300 bet from Eddie is good enough to get Carrie and Brendan to fold. Donald as well. June gets out of there. Let's see if Big Taco wants to try something here. He does have a pair of 6s, but that's about it. Jesse and Eddie both have the pair of kings. Let's see if Jesse sticks around. No, he gets out of there. He gets out of there.
So long as we got a break going on, we're going to go ahead and let you guys know that this game is being brought to you again by Carrie Shaver Realty. If you're looking for a house, you're trying to figure out what's going on, maybe you're even thinking about selling your own house, give her a call. She will treat you right. What was the rebuy? What was the add-on? You might have noticed we got a new head there for the dealer. That's going to be Richard. He's one of our more long-lived dealers out here at Kojaks. He's been around quite a while with us. You may be surprised to hear this, but Richard is one of George's favorite dealers out here. George had to step out of the booth for just a minute. In his absence, I'm trying to track all the action and keep you guys informed as well. So it will probably not be quite as exciting as when he's in here, but we'll get through it anyway. Carrie flops top set. Yeah, she's definitely going to be betting that one. Taking that pot down. You might notice we have a new board camera. Just got that installed this week. You can actually read the cards now, so we really like that camera quite a bit. Very pleased with that camera. I think it'll improve the whole stream. We got a live straddle there from Frankie to 10, which is going to put the starting action on Jesse. In the straddle, Frankie's got a pair of 10s. That's not too bad a start. Eddie says I can go with 10. Hey Yvonne, we got Yvonne coming joining us in the booth.
We got Yvonne in here, one of my favorite dealers. It is a wild game tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, we got Brendan in the lineup tonight and doing pretty well for himself.
So while you were out of the office, George, I let people know that Richard is one of your favorite dealers out here.
That is true.
He's in the game now.
There he is.
Also told him about our new board camera.
Very clean.
Just in case they didn't notice before.
Yeah, the
They can actually
resolution.
read the cards now, so that's kind of nice.
That is nice. Yeah, it's a little sharper than it used to be. Richard actually signed me up for Kojak's once upon a time. Coming up on a year ago now. On that fateful night, and it looks like, oh, the Queen of Hearts. I thought it was Queen of Diamonds for just a split second. Thought the flush came in. Carrie's holding the 8-high diamond draw. Donald's got the nut flush draw. But looks like Carrie gets out of there. Amassing a wall of chips. Carrie's doing pretty well tonight. Oh, man. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, we're not rooting for any one player, but it is fun to watch the winners win. And Big Taco's got the straight here. He bets, and that's good enough for Donald to fold. A competent fold, I will say.
That's one of those folds where you look at your cards going, you know, I just don't think ace high is going to be good.
I don't think so. Yeah, rarely, if ever, is ace high good in PLO. Oh, man.
I was out here playing a while back, and we had a bomb pot, and I was involved in it. We had like four players all the way to the river, and call the river bets or whatever. And I flip over my hand. I don't remember what I had, but I was pretty confident I was ahead on one board and turned out to lose it.
No.
But I won the other board with a jack high, so I wasn't too upset about it.
Wasn't too upset at all. That's a nice surprise. It's like finding $20 in your pants when you're doing laundry.
Absolutely. It's
Jack
one of those
high.
things like, well, I guess I lost that one. No, nobody can beat jack high on the other board. Alrighty, I'll
man.
go ahead and take it.
Jack high. That's
I know,
awesome.
right?
That's awesome. Oh, that's too funny. And Jesse under the gun. Looks like he's not straddling. The straddle obviously is optional, but I have a feeling once that button works its way around a couple more places, we'll start seeing a few more straddles. I don't know if this is true, but it does seem to be the case that one side of the table seems to win way more than the other side of the table.
I will say that our tables are not weighted, so it's not like all the
It's
chips
not.
just slide that way. It's just
No magnetism involved or
no,
anything.
No, there's no magnets in there or anything. It just kind of happens that way sometimes.
Now look at this. We got the graphic saying Eddie 3 bets to $5.
Can I get Kobe to spread his cards again.
And June taking an interesting line this time. He's got the pocket aces, but he does decide to just call. And the flop is 10, 7, 5, and it looks like we're checking around. Donald with the set of sevens, love to see that. And June makes the call with his with his aces, with his overpair technically. Big Taco gets out of there. It looks like we're not going to see too many calls. Jesse and Kobe sticking around, along with Donald and June. We're still 4 ways to the turn. Donald looks like he's got the best of it, but it is far from locked up.
A 10 could be very painful for June.
10 may be the worst card in the deck for June, honestly. You're right. Instead, it's a 2 of clubs. So that gives Kobe a 7 high flush draw. Never feeling good about the 7 high flush. When the when the card on the board is the highest card in your flush in PLO, usually not feeling too good. And it looks like Donald's going to bet out 420. And that's good enough to get the folds. That set of sevens. Doing work. Working out. Doing good. Donald up to 1.3K. Jesse still below that $1,000 threshold there as far as chip stack goes. And he is the only one. You can still see a lot of money on the table. 6, 7, 9, 11. Yeah, we're about $15,000 there. By my quick math, which is, of course, as we know, faulty.
Well, that graphic goes away pretty quick, too, so...
Yeah.
Makes it a little harder to kind of go down the list and keep up with it in your head.
Been playing this video game called Slay the Spire. It's fantastic. It's a deck-building card game. Kind of in the vein of Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone. You know, something like that.
Yeah.
A lot of math involved in that. You have to figure out your attacks versus how much you can block from the enemy's attacks, and you have to calculate it all. There's no time limit, so you can take your time, but it's a good... I used to play a math video game when I was in 2nd grade to teach me addition and subtraction and stuff. This one, Slay the Spire, is kind of doing the same thing for me in my elder years.
Well, good stuff.
Highly recommended, though. I sunk 25 hours into it in one weekend. So I
Just had a good time doing it.
Yeah. It felt like an addiction, but it's an excellent game, especially if you like those kinds of card games. Poker obviously is one of those card games I think. Obviously all of us like, but if you're into those deck building, those MTG type games, check out Slay the Spire. It's on Steam, Nintendo Switch. It's awesome. And here we go. We've got the pocket pair count. Looks like Jesse's got 5s, June's got 9s, and Eddie has 10s. We're up to 3 right now. Wow, another monotone flop. I feel like you don't see those that often, but here tonight, something is in the air. It looks like it's going to check around, scaring everybody. Kobe's got the pair of queens. Wow, a 4 of diamonds comes out. Now, if it were me, and I saw 4 to a suit on the board, I would expect that not many other players have the flush. Brendan, holding the ace of diamonds, decides to bet it, and looks like he's going to get the fold. He shows the ace of diamonds. Love that. That was a good play there. That puts Brendan up to 1.8K after taking down that $110 pot. Not the biggest pot, but hey, hard to grow broke when you're winning pots.
Pick up a bunch of little ones, just as good as picking up a big one.
That's it. Amen. AD now at 1.4K, Donald at 1.3K. Still a lot of money on the table. Kobe's simplifying things. I gotta say, I like it. I like the reductionist technique there in chip stack. Just going for black and green. Who needs reds? The first time I played live poker, I didn't know that you could announce a bet smaller than the smallest chip that you have. So I played a 1-2 game, and all of my bets were in increments of 5. I went broke pretty quick. But here we see Kobe, making a call with the $25 chip. So he will be getting change back. And that $25 raise there from Donald does get a couple of callers. Donald with a very nice hand there. He's got jacks. He's got double suited. Good wrap.
Can I get Kobe to spread his cards?
Oh, Kobe with the pocket kings. So we've got kings and jacks and fives go into the flop. And the flop is queen, queen, six. Eddie.
Nobody likes that flop.
Nobody likes that flop. But Eddie does make trip queens.
Oh, Eddie. Eddie likes that flop.
Eddie's the only one.
I scanned the cards. Didn't see the Eddie's queen.
Yeah, but even then, if he's up against pocket sixes, it's a boat on the flop already. So you can't be that confident in Eddie's shoes. But he does put out a $55 bet. Gets one fold so far. 2 folds. We're going 3 to the turn. And it is a king.
Oh, Kobe loves
wow.
that. Kobe loves every bit of that.
Kobe boats up here.
And how does he bet here? Oh, he doesn't.
He doesn't. He checks it around.
Check.
Nice smooth check, letting Eddie bet into him.
90.
And let's see if Kobe comes in under the top. No, it looks like he just makes the call.
He's hoping Donald. He was hoping Donald would be able to make the call too, but
No, Donald got out of there. Now Donald is drawing to Broadway, but not going to bet the inside straight, the gut shot,
now
the gutter ball.
Kobe finds himself in an interesting situation because does he lead out for the river?
Ooh, the nine
There's a
of
possible
spades.
flush out there, but he's got the full house, so he doesn't really care.
And that the
Can
power.
Eddie make a call if Kobe bets out?
Oh, and Kobe does decide to bet out a good, healthy $500
$500.
bet. And let's see what Eddie does. Now that he's not the aggressor in the pot, Kobe does decide to
Eddie.
go for value, even at the risk of scaring Eddie away.
Oh, this is a tough spot for Eddie.
Very tough spot.
This is a very tough spot for Eddie because there's not that much that really. I mean, the flush gets there, and so the spade actually
Ooh.
may have saved Eddie a lot
Wow.
of money there.
Yeah, and he does end up getting away from it. Wow.
I don't think Eddie was really terribly worried about the king, but the flush getting there may have been enough to help Eddie make that fold.
Very true. Yeah, that 9 of spades probably saved Eddie some money, but also Kobe, I'm sure when he saw that was like, oh no, it's over.
Yeah.
I better go ahead and bet because he's not gonna
Yeah.
bet in that situation.
Unless he's got the spades. If he's got the spades, then,
Right.
then he can make the call.
Then he can make the call.
Then he
Maybe
can-
yeah.
maybe
that's
he can make the call.
likely what Kobe was hoping for.
But I mean that's backdoor spades too. So Eddie has to be kind of discounting that at least to some degree.
Right.
But what's Kobe going to be calling his bet there with
Right.
on the flop? I mean, does he also have a queen? Does he have a better queen?
Right. Or like we saw, it could be the pocket kings.
Pocket kings.
And when you have trips, when you have trip queens, obviously it's not a set. So if you make any set aside from those queens, obviously, then you've got the boat because there's 2 queens on the
Yep.
board. So very strong bet by Kobe. Unfortunately, did not get paid off. And we see, wait a second, we've got a $40 straddle. Unbelievable. Yeah, and it is that side of the table there. A couple of gamblers out there. I love to see it. But is there really a bad hand in PLO? And Eddie makes the call. We got a couple of folds. Looks like we're going 5 ways to the flop. Well, Brendan has yet to call. He's got pair queens, so he throws in another couple of chips, as does Carey. Ace, Jack, 8, 7 in Carey's hand. Ace, 8, 5, 3 in Donald's hand. I bet you I know which one Charlie's rooting for.
All day, every day.
And let's see this flop come 6, 4 deuce. Oh, there's an 8 in the window. A 4 and a deuce do make it. I called 2 out of the 3. I gotta say, I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. And Brendan's still got the pair of queens. Carey didn't really connect too much with that flop, but Donald up and down now with that 3, 4, 5. And a pair of 8s to go along with it, just for good measure. Eddie gets out of there. Let's see if Brendan makes the call with his queens. Technically the best hand right now. Oh, he does let it go. Playing a little tighter now. And Carey gets out of the way. Donald, with a very competent bet, gets a couple of folds. Shows a 3. I think that's the only card he showed. I like that. I like that a lot. And now Jesse and Eddie are the only two below that $1,000 mark, but we've got plenty of money up top here, plenty of money on the table, and plenty of people willing to straddle, as we just saw. So thanks for joining us, everybody, and make sure to check out Carrie's Realty Company, Carrie Shaver Realty, Kojak's Poker Club. Tonight's stream brought to you by Carrie Shaver Realty, so definitely check that out. We're having a good time tonight. We're seeing a lot of action, a lot of monotone boards tonight, too, which means it's a seller's market in the housing market. Obviously, everybody knows that.
Everybody knows.
Yeah. But we're having a good time tonight. I hope you are as well. Hope you're having a good time, too. If you're watching this live, go ahead and give us a like. And if you're watching this on replay, it is Labor Day weekend. If you're out at a grill, or you were out at a grill Saturday night, rather, go ahead and give us a like and leave us a comment. Let us know what day of the week you're watching this stream. We're certainly having a good time making it. It's really fun to see this particular lineup that we've got. And this particular set of hands looks pretty good, too. We are 6 ways to the flop at $20 a piece. Pot is $135. Kobe's got 9s. Jesse's got 4s. AD's got 10s. And instead we see Jack 8-5. Donald's got 2 pair right now. AD looks like he's working on a pretty good straight. I think the 9 should help AD out the most. But that would give Kobe a set. Interesting card for sure. But nobody with a set quite now. Set quite yet.
Kobe's actually got a really good position because he's got like so many straight draw possibilities.
That is true. Great wrap on Kobe's hand. I like using that word any chance I get.
How much was the raise? Thank you.
$435 is the raise. A full pot-sized bet from Donald. Very competent raise right there with his 2 pair. Trying to protect his hand, trying to get weaker hands to fold. Could be taking a stab to see where he sits with other players. Of course, he's also got the queen high flush draw. And Kobe thinking it over. Headwear on point. And if it were me, I'd guess it's a fold from Kobe, but he's still thinking about it. Hadn't acted just yet. Got a lot of straight possibilities, but he does get out of there. Donald's 2 pair takes it down.
I think that probably the 2 spades really changed the texture of that for Kobe.
Very good point.
Knowing that like any spade that comes out could be a bad card for him and taking away a lot of his outs for the straight.
Very true.
Even with the 2 spades in his own hand, looking at the 9 of spades as the possible flush card is not exciting for an experienced PLO player.
That's right, and Kobe is a very experienced PLO player. Still sitting in the middle of the pack there as far as the chip count goes, and yeah, it does make the correct fold.
Well, let's look at VPIP for just a minute.
What do we got here? 85% for June. Kobe at 66%.
I mean,
still
Brendan is really being conservative today, playing VPIPing less than 60%. So, just understand your table.
I wonder if we should tell the dealer to pass that along to Brendan. His VPIP is only 59%. Come on, buddy.
You're trailing the pack there, Brendan. Pick it up a little bit, get a little more action going.
Oh, man. At any other table, 59% I'm sure would be the highest number by far. And here we are. A couple of players in the 80s. Oh, that never ceases to make me laugh. And it looks like we got a straddle here. Donald with the $10.
And a new dealer?
We got a new dealer. One of my favorite dealers. Cracks me up, man. He's got a great sense of humor. Excellent table talk. And it's just lightning fast, too. And looks like that straddle's not good enough to really get anybody out of the hand. Oh, we do see a raise, though. Coming from...
raise.
And Brendan does raise it up to 75 with his Broadway hand, double suited. Not working on the the straight flush draw for Brendan with the clubs. We can see Big Taco's got the 8. Oh, but there is a club, jack of clubs right there on the board. Along with a 5-3. So strong right now. Eddie makes a set of 5s and is leading the pack for equity now. There's, of course, 2 spades on the board. The highest spade in anybody's hand, though, June, is holding the 9 of spades. Not particularly great. Actually, Big Taco working on the straight flush draw. I just noticed that. A 4 of spades would give him the straight flush. And he bets out $325. I wonder if it's the straight flush draw. I doubt it, but... Surprised to see the set of 5s get out of the way.
That is a much more aggressive position than I would normally expect to see Frankie take.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if he's just feeling excited
Swinging
to play
that
poker
stack
or
around.
just wanting to see what kind of things he can do with his cards or what. But that was a very aggressive play by him, and he can be aggressive. But generally, if he's being aggressive, he's pretty strong.
He's pretty strong
already. Not necessarily drawing. So.
We saw him use that image.
That was a little bit of a gear shift for Frankie, and I love to see it. And he showed it too.
Which
makes it that much better.
That's what that big stack play is all about. And you can see not only is his chip count high, but he's got a real tower of black chips, a real tower of red chips. Real interesting formation.
I think he's enjoying himself tonight.
He looks like he's having a good time. Yeah, with that red solo cup, it's hard to have a bad time.
Yeah, that's right.
Until tomorrow morning.
So you've got tea in there, right?
It's tea. Yeah, it's HTO. Yep. HTO, by the way, shout out. Great. They have great tea. We're not sponsored by them or anything, but we do drink a lot of their tea, and it is excellent. A lot of flavors, good quality, nice people. AD got the pocket pair of 4s. We got Carey along with Brendan in the hand. Yeah, it looks like we've got a pretty good 6-way action to the flop.
Can I get Eddie to spread his cards again? Eddie, seat 6.
$245 pre-flop. And Eddie actually has a pair of 7s, so the pocket pair count is at 2 right now, 4s and 7s. Flop comes through all around those numbers, 9, 6, 5. AD with a pair of 6s now. I don't think anybody pairs the 9.
Eddie with a pair of 7s and a second nut flush draws decide he's going to lead out.
Eddie leads out for 245, full size of the pot there. And we'll probably see a couple of folds. Carey gets out of there, and looks like Eddie's taking his money back. Get that nut flush draw, and he goes ahead and kills the pot. $205 profit out of that pot. Not too bad at all. Not too shabby. Big Taco still way at the top of the leaderboard.
Way up there.
4.6K.
It is definitely Big Taco's night.
Yep.
Frankie is really getting it done tonight.
Call him Big Stack Taco tonight.
There you go.
And yeah, love the aggression. The aggression's really paying off. This is one of the more aggressive games I think that we've seen here, especially with PLO. A lot more bluffs. A lot more bluffs. VPIP always is high. We always see that. But we don't normally see this many bluffs. Now, it is interesting. We haven't really seen quads yet. And we
did.
Well, we
June
did already.
had quad 6s.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, June had quad 6s right off the bat. I was about to say we're on hand 20 now, and we haven't seen quads. Gotta pick up the pace a little bit. Put that shuffle machine on high action. And a couple of people folding the limp.
You've got to love the aggression in this hand with everybody just like trying to get all their money in.
Yeah, as we're talking about how aggressive
we're
it is.
talking about just how aggressive.
$35 for 7 players checks out right now, the minimum. We do see a king and jack of spades. AD holding the ace of spades, but does not have a flush draw. Big Taco. Oh, Big Taco. Wow, look at that. Everybody. Big Taco locks it up, gets the check mark on the turn with that king. And we do see Jesse making the call. Donald with the fold there. AD getting out of the way as well. And we're going off to a river. It is a jack of hearts. That is the third heart. And Big Taco is going to go ahead and lead out. Does get a call. Let's see what Jesse had. Jesse looks like he did not have the flush. And Big Taco. Oh, wait. Jesse had kings full of threes.
No.
Oh, I see. We had a misread, it looks like. And there goes the pot.
Oh, no, he did.
It was Jesse with the kings full of threes.
Kings full of threes.
The case king on the turn really spelling trouble for Big Taco and his gigantic chip stack. But he's not hurting. PFR showing Brendan taking 26%, even though he's lowest on the VPIP. He's highest on the PFR. Interesting stat there.
A lot of the people on the table have just been calling.
Yeah.
Pre-flop.
Right.
So he's got the best PFR, but also the lowest VPIP. So.
At what? 56%, 58%?
59%, I think is what it was. He was in that last one, so he might actually be at 60% now.
He's crossed the threshold now.
See if we can bring that up real quick just to kind of see what's the foot.
There we go.
And he is at 60%.
He made it to 60. All right.
He's
Good job,
okay.
Brandon. Good job.
We're not gonna have to kick him off the table. So.
Not yet, but hey, if we see it slip anymore, buddy. And we do have a straddle on this hand as the button makes its way around. Just a single straddle, though. I do need to say. Yep, and there we go with that PFR.
He must have heard you talking.
That's it. I hope not. Brendan does make it up to 50. Bets up to 50 and carry snap calls. AD makes the call. June already had 5 in there. He says, why the heck not?
And he's got a pair of tens, too.
And he's got a pair of tens.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Wow. And,
Apparently that.
We've got 2 kings on the board along with a jack, but nobody hold... Oh, wait. Sorry. Brendan does hold a king. And he's got a good rap for a straight also. Actually does have a straight right now, doesn't he? Yeah. King, queen, jack, 10. No, you're right. One more. Could pick up a 9 or an ace to make a straight. But right now, sitting with that trip kings. Does get a caller in June on the button. Oh, and that 8 of hearts does give Brendan the straight now. 8, 9.
It also gives June
10.
the straight, but the low end.
Oh, yeah, and June does have a lower straight.
Nope, he doesn't. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. Hey, take a shot anytime we mess up reading these PLO hands. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of cards to get through. But June, let's see if he's able to make the call.
I don't see how June can call here. I mean, he had the flush draw. There was a possibility. He
does get out of there.
He turned a straight draw, or actually he had a straight draw and then turned another straight draw. But with a pair of tens there, it just doesn't make sense for him to call there.
Not a good call there, but doesn't take anything away from the hat. Love the hat choice today.
Absolutely.
Jim. And Big Taco still on the top of the leaderboard, though he has slipped a little bit down to 4.4K. No longer is he second and third spots combined in his chip stack, but still close. Only off by 100 or so. A lot of money on the table. And we've been going at it here for about an hour and a half now. About halfway through the stream. So thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Couldn't do this without you. Chris and I always have a good time. Anytime.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
most especially when we're in here in the booth watching this crazy poker action. And we've got the pocket pair count up to 1 of 1 right now. Jesse with the pair of 9s under the gun. Let's it go. Let's it go. Playing real tight. Gotta say, didn't expect that. Eddie with the 5-3. He's got a call, yeah. He's got the 5-3. Eddie also has a missed blind chip in his stack. I think the dealer forgot to remove because he is playing. He is getting cards. Ooh, an AD with the pair of kings now. Love that. Big Taco, great wrap on that hand there.
In for 5, in for 30.
And 5 in for 30, that's it. Here we go. 7 players, it looks like. $210 pot before we even get started. And here's the flop that changes everybody's percentages. 2 jacks and a 2.
And Big Taco's got the jack.
Big Taco is the only one holding the jack, but Donald does have the nut flush draw with his ace-5. Does also pair the 2, along with having a wheel wrap. It is possible for him to backdoor into the wheel, I believe. Oh, and Big Taco raises to 360. Looks like not quite a pot-sized bet, but close. And that gets a lot of folds. Donald making the fold there. June does get out of there. Seeing a lot of aggression, but not seeing a lot of turns tonight.
That is for sure. Probably because there's been so much aggression.
It's true. I guess that is a correlation there, isn't it? And it looks like Jesse still below that $1,000 mark, but really not by much. Eddie not too far behind at $695. And we've got a good shuffle going on. Again, thanks for checking us out. Do me a favor, though. Check out Carrie Shaver Realty. This stream is brought to you by Carrie Shaver Realty, sponsored here. Very nice logo, Carrie. Love to see that. Yeah, I used to be if you missed out earlier, I used to be a realtor way back in the day. Was not good at it at all. But I know enough to know it is a seller's market. So if you're looking to sell a house, call up Carrie Shaver. And she'll definitely be able to help you out there. And we are seeing the hand dealing out. I don't believe we have a straddle right now. But we do have Eddie with pocket aces. Could have straddled. Would have probably been really happy with it. Makes a call. And likely hoping for somebody to raise so he can limp pot raise. I guess limp shove is still the appropriate term, even in PLO. Nope. Is not lucky enough to do it, so Eddie's going to have to navigate a flop with those pocket aces. One of them is suited, though. Got the nut diamond draw. Oh, and 2 diamonds on the flop does give him the nut flush draw. Kobe having reader problems again. And Eddie goes ahead and leads out for 30. That looks like almost a full pot size bet. Quick call from Kobe with the mystery hand. And we do have 6, 7, 8 on the flop, which gives Big Taco 2 pair. And June, pretty good inside straight draw. There's the 9 to give June the straight.
I need Kobe and Jesse's cards.
And Jesse's got a set of 8s. Kobe with the straight as well as June. They would be chopping right now, but Jesse technically has the best hand. He's able to improve right now. All it takes is the board to pair. We did see a 6 and a 7 fold already, so there goes 2 of Jesse's outs. But Kobe also holding a 9. Other than that, his cards are kind of live. And Eddie's got the chance to improve to the flush. Let's see that 7 of diamonds. Let's see
Jesse
that 7
also
of
has
diamonds.
the straight. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He does have the straight, but he's not jack high
Eddie
straight.
is hoping for a diamond here.
Well, let's see that 7 of diamonds. Come on, 7 of diamonds.
Oh, there it is.
Wait a second. The most disgusting card in the deck. Eddie now has the nut flush, but does check it likely out of fear, seeing that board pair. And Jesse is able to get it all in. Let's see if Eddie makes the call. He looks like he's reaching. He's really thinking about it.
This would be a really tough spot for Eddie to make the call.
Very tough spot.
And he does have the nut flush, but a paired board and a player who's been fairly
tight, yeah.
Fairly tight, and also very passive in this game all the way up until the river.
Wow, makes the call, Eddie. And Kobe probably thinks it's no good anymore. June still has the top straight of anybody with the jack high straight. But I don't expect he's going to think that his hand is any good after seeing a shove and a call. No, and we do get 8s full of 7s against the nut flush. Eddie knocked out there. 2.4K in the pot going all to Jesse. Picks up 1.6 thousand out of that pot. Not bad at all. And it does look like Eddie was felted with that one. With that call. Real tough spot, though. Can't blame him. Maybe could have gotten away from it on a different day, but today...
Yeah. Eddie loves to see the diamond, hated to see the board pair.
Yep. Man, that's 7 of diamonds, though. How about that call? I'm just saying. Brendan making that cardinal mistake of counting your money at the table. Come on, we know that song. What a wild night it's been so far. We're seeing a lot of aggression. We're seeing a lot of big pots. Seeing a couple of all-ins. Quads once. And we're about halfway through the stream. So that means we're just getting started. Now, of course, these players play long after the stream ends. Wouldn't be surprised to see some of these guys going home at 2, 3 in the morning. Of course, we are cutting off at about 11:15 or so.
Looks like we've got about $80 in Eddie's stack.
Oh, Eddie's still, yeah, Eddie was not felted. Eddie's still got a couple of reds behind. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go all in very soon. Got a couple of folds pre-flop. No raise. Interesting. 3 players to the flop, and I believe it was a limped flop. So this is maybe going to be the smallest hand of the smallest pot of the night. 15 buckarooners. Oh, we do see a pot size bet. Surprise there. 9-3-3. 5-3 so strong right now in AD's hand.
Did you catch how much that bet was?
15, I believe. And we got a 3 bet for a quarter. With the king on board, king of hearts, and the 9 of hearts on the river does bring in a potential flush. But yeah, AD only has a set trip 3s, and we'll have to see where these.
Where's that pot going?
All right, seat 3, going right to AD. Was able to pull it off. 5-3, so strong right now. And you can see Eddie at $75. Good eye there, Chris. Calling out $80 in his stack. Minus the 5 on the blind. That's exactly what he's got. Very nice, very nice. And it looks like we've got a straddle here. Brendan making the single straddle. Carrie making the double straddle. So once again, we've got that 10-20 blind structure going on. Looks like this is going to be a good hand. Oh, and Donald picks up the kings with the straddles in play. He is
Single suited with a queen is, I don't think it's going to stay at 20.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
it
he
does.
does make the call. And we've got a couple of callers going around. Wow, and we've got 8 callers here. Family pot.
I need Kobe's cards.
8 players to the flop at 10 apiece. $80 in the pot. And it comes King Jack Jack. How's that for Kojaks? Donald flops the boat, the absolute nuts right here, and does smooth check. And seed 8 bets 160. That is Kobe betting out for a full-size pot there. I think we may have been short 80 on the pot.
We were at that.
And we are catching up quick. We're up to 560 now in the pot. And Carrie has trip jacks. Look at this. And the ace may shut some of the action down. Donald does go ahead and bet 400 into that pot, a little bit below half pot size.
Carrie's going to pay him off.
And Carrie pays him off with her jack. Not good enough, though, against the Kings full. Donald, with a very competent bet right there, is able to get paid. 1.4K in that pot going his way. We're on hand 35. We got Josh in the booth.
Oh, hi.
And we're going to take a quick break, but before we go, check out Carrie Shaver Realty. There she is. Having a good time. Stream brought to us by Carrie Shaver. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in a sec. All right, and we are back. Saturday night full of action here.
So I was just asking our commentator, I've been running around busy today, so I was just asking him how the game's going. So from your perspective,
Sure.
what are we seeing so far tonight?
Seeing a lot of aggression, a lot more than normal. Not quite seeing as many rivers as usual, but love seeing straddles and double straddles. Love that. Kind of plays like a 10-20 game in a lot of spots, even though we are still doing the $5 on the button.
Yeah, so it goes 5, 10, 20. Yeah, our players like the action. They like kind of, building the pot early. And then, of course, they like the bigger pots too. So, I can definitely see them liking that straddle, especially with these players that we have here. Eddie looks like he likes his hand.
Yeah.
With 9, 6 deuce deuce, he's reaching for the whole stack.
Oh,
that's-
man, pump fake.
9, 6 deuce deuce, and he was going for the pump fake. That's a bold move, Cotton. So I see a couple of pretty decent hands. We have pocket aces with the
Yep.
king 10 with suited ace. We have ace jack 7 7 with a suited ace as well.
Yep.
This one has, and then of course we have Brennan.
Brennan.
Who knows what he'll do.
Lowest on the VPIP at 60%.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Are our stats right? 'Cause
We'll pull it up here in a second, I'm sure. But last check, yeah, he had just crossed over to 60%.
60 or 16?
60.
60 and
Yeah.
he's lowest?
Yeah, he's lowest.
so
So
this is the kind of game that you want to get in because it's just like, all right, so
10-3 deuce on the flop there.
Can we get Donald to spread his cards? Donald?
And Brendan with the second nut flush draw. Let's see if Donald's holding the ace of spades.
no, Jesse's holding the ace of spades.
Oh,
it's
Jesse
not, it's
is.
not
Yeah, that's right.
suited. So, Brendan's decent with that. He's also picked up a gut shot. So if he gets a 4, then he's got the 6 high straight coming in.
Now, one of the first hands that we saw of the night was Brendan versus Carey. Carey had the nut flush, and Brendan had the second nut flush. So we'll see if that plays a part in how Brendan acts on this hand with the second nut flush this time.
Definitely,
or draw.
Definitely does because Brendan, especially Brendan and Carey, they like to play against each other and then just kind of chat. They like to chat back and forth. I really think that Brendan's going to take this down with this bet right here. Jesse's the only one that looks like he can contend. Pocket aces, top pair, but really.
Well, there's a 6.
So he did call flop.
And Brendan with a gut shot now. Well, actually, a couple different ways to make a straight.
No, he's still looking at just the gut shot. So
Okay,
the 4 is
okay.
going to help him improve there, but he's still on the second nut flush draw.
Well, let's see that 4 of spades come off. That would really scare. I don't know if it would scare Jesse away. Jesse may be able to make a bluff bet at it. Seen a lot more bluffs tonight than we usually see. A lot of people folding the best hand and stuff.
Well, so Brendan likes his hand. He bet $600 into Jesse. Jesse, of course,
Let's it go.
going to let it go. Jesse also has the capability of pulling the dry ace bluff there.
Yeah.
Has the dry ace, willing to put the pressure on Brendan to see if he's willing to make that call.
Right.
In that spot, decided it wasn't worth it. He'll save it for another street. But
Another street, and still looking at a lot of money on the table though. I think we're rocking around 15K thereabouts on the table. Always love to see that.
so
There
here's
it
our
is.
VPIP. So yeah, Brendan's the lowest at 61%.
61.
So June has an 86% VPIP. Like this is one of those action tables. Like you join those online games and they're like VPIP has to be above 40%. We don't
Right.
have any issues with that here.
Nothing.
Our live games. Our lowest VPIP is 61%.
You're not even close.
We were joking earlier because Brendan was at 59. We said we're going to have to kick him off the table if he doesn't get up to 60. And he calls the next hand and he's up to 60. So we're like, okay, well, we can keep him, I guess. I mean, we don't have any kind of minimum VPIPs or whatever. It's just that people like to put their money on the table here. So
Yeah, we do. We enjoy a little degeneracy here and there. And it was interesting earlier too. I don't know if the stat holds, but
who's adding?
pre-flop raise. All right, Eddie's adding on $800 more, so about $15,800 on the table now. But the pre-flop raise, the highest of the PFRs was Brendan, who coincidentally had the lowest VPIP. Really interesting to see how the stats work out like that. It just means he's entering the pots with a raise more often than not.
There we go, right there. He's still
There we
at the
go.
top at
Still at the top,
27%.
27. Oh, Big Taco. Doing a lot of calling. Still in a lot of pots, though. 5% PFR. Playing it easy. Big Taco with the big stack, obviously. Can afford to make a couple of limps, couple of calls. And obviously can afford a nice looking plate of food. What do we got there? Is that spaghetti and meatballs?
We went to the patio, so it's most likely tacos.
Ah,
So
I was way off.
Yeah, big taco eating tacos. I mean, it just totally makes sense.
I'm an idiot. I didn't even see it. I should have
Double
known.
deckers because he has doubled up today.
Yeah,
Really
doing
easy.
well. Doing well. And holding the jacks this time around, Big Taco is.
Oh, now here comes Brendan with pocket aces. See what he decides to do with it. He just beat Jesse.
It feels like every single hand somebody gets pocket aces.
Yes, but a lot of our players like to overplay. I've said this so many times. A lot of our players, especially in PLO, they like to overplay their pocket aces.
Yeah.
And so it'll kind of be interesting. I want to see Brendan overplay it personally, just so I can give him a hard time here a little bit, just because I always like to give him a hard time. That's what you do whenever you have your manager that's playing.
You got to.
It'll be interesting to see kind of how he does here. So
Yep.
it looks like we are going to go 4 ways to the flop.
That's
Pot's
what
already at 645.
Just want to point out, Kobe did fold the improved Charlie, had the 5-5-3 in his hand. Gets away from it. Oh! You don't want to see that when you had 5-3. Would have been so strong right now.
I don't really know. I don't know which hand I'd like to have in this spot.
It's a tough call. Tough call. Brendan does have top pair on the board, but also top pair in his hand with those aces. Carrie also holding a 6.
She's also holding the second nut flush draw with the
That
king
is.
queen. So, and like I've already previously said, Carrie and Brennan do like to play back at each other quite a bit. So it'll be interesting to see how well.
Oh, there it goes. And Carrie does bet $12.50. It looks like a full pot size bet. And Brendan's smiling, cracking up. He's like, I can't do anything about that. Lets it go.
I mean, the straight's there, the flush is there,
Oh,
the like
man.
everything, and I mean, like, what are you gonna do there? You're just gonna fold. That's what you're gonna do.
That's all you can do. Well, maybe next time, Josh. Maybe next time Brendan will overplay the aces. That time wasn't it.
Unfortunately, it wasn't.
Oh, sounds like we've got Yvonne coming in.
Yvonne, one of my favorite dealers out there.
All right, so y'all do have a new dealer coming in. I am going to get back out on the floor, make sure that no one's doing anything too crazy while I'm in here. So, yeah, if y'all need anything, just let me know. I'll be
You
back
got
in.
it.
So,
Keep
Thanks,
watch
Josh.
out there.
it was fun watching for a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna go give them a hard time about like
hear
their defense as well as they are.
Please do. Please do. Josh is hysterical. Great guy. Great sense of humor. Takes a joke real well, too. I like that. And is not afraid to dish it back at me.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
really, really like that. And here we go. Dealer change. Now, typically at Kojaks, we'll do a bomb pot at dealer change. Not on the stream games, but if you do sit down at any of our other tables, and of course after the stream ends, I'm sure they do bomb pots. Oh, and there's Josh in the background. Giving him a hard time. As he said he would. It's a man who keeps his word right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cracking up. Cracking up. What would poker be without the trash talk? Certainly not as fun is the answer to that question. AD holding the king 9 of hearts and June holding the ace jack of hearts along with 3. So this could get ugly early on. Big Taco with the aces now. And Jesse with the kings. Yeah, I think this is going to be a big pot. Now we've seen a lot of aggression tonight, but we've also actually seen a lot of restraint now that I think about it.
We have.
A lot of tight folds, a lot of good folds, a lot of competent folds. And we'll have to see how this one plays out. Carrie's got the pocket threes, Donald holding another 3. Look at all of those diamonds. So I don't expect we're going to see too many diamonds here on the board. With Donald holding 4 of them in his hand. Jesse, Big Taco, and Carrie also holding 1 each. Hiccup, 1 each. Wow, look at that. There's 2 diamonds. What is this about? Who shuffled this deck? And Big Taco's holding the ace of diamonds. Really important. It could make a play with it later on. June actually holding a 6, though. No queen, though. Queen of hearts comes off, so we're not going to see any flush action between AD and June. But we do actually see Big Taco placing a big bet here on that queen. I expect June is going to stick around, but I'm not so sure Jesse or Carrie will.
What was that we were just saying about overplaying your aces?
Overplaying the aces. Oh, man. But it looks like it may actually get through here. June, let's see if he sticks around.
June made the call.
June does make the call. And that 9 on the river, June goes all in. Oh, man, I love that shove. Real aggressive play. And Big Taco now down to 4.1K, but still, I believe, doubled his buy-in plus. So he's still up a lot. Still free rolling some of these aggressive tactics. Just didn't work out that time. And Eddie, now the only player.
So it gives you an idea of where everybody is as far as their winnings for today.
There it is. And good to see that even spread there. 4 up, 4 down. That means no one player is really getting beat up more than anybody else. Eddie looked like he was down 2K though, but it's only a matter of time. Eddie, very good player also. Only a matter of time before he starts coming back. Some nights are like that. And now June with the ace jack. Big Taco with the ace quisha. Been a while since we've seen one of those. Let's see who's holding the aces this go around. There are still 2 in the deck, so it's possible. Kobe's got the ace and Brendan's got the other one. So all 4 aces accounted for this time. And looks like only 2 of the players are holding suited aces out of the 4. Oh wow, we got a bet up to 35, raised to 40, sorry, from Donald, and actually does get a couple of folds. That surprises me a little bit. And Brendan with the highest equity so far with his ace 10 for deuce. Got a good wheel draw. Got the ace 10, sometimes that's all you need for Broadway, but a lot of kings, a lot of queens, a lot of jacks in other people's hands, so we'll have to see about those high cards coming out on the flop. Of course, I ate my words on the last one, talking about those diamonds. And we are 8 ways to the flop. Oh, all spades. Would you look at that?
Brendan gets there.
Brendan with his nut flush. Now that's the second time he flopped the nut flush. He's going to go ahead and bet 150, a little less than half pot. Oh, and he does get a call from Carey. Like Josh was talking about, these two love to go at it, playing against each other. And love to see just the enthusiasm in Carey's reactions. I always have a good time with that. Always laughing, always smiling. Really brings a lot to the table. There's a 4 of clubs on the turn. Now Brendan does pair his 4, but probably going to go with the flush when given the option. And let's see, he's going to bet out again. Let's see, 4, 500, 600. Carey's out of there. Let's see if Donald. Nah, Donald does make the fold there. 6, 7, 8, 9. Had the up and down straight flush draw, but Brendan priced him out. And Eddie with the set of 6s. Looking for the board to pair. Brendan says, hey, you want to boat up, it's going to cost you, buddy.
That is
Eddie.
Correct.
Eddie's down to 555 right now. By my math, that is 111 blinds.
That's about right.
I guess so.
Pretty close to it.
Yeah, I guess when you play at a blind on the button game, you don't call them big blind or small blind. You just call them blinds.
Yep.
Man, let's see. Big Taco with that gigantic stack. Eating tacos earlier. Man, I don't know what it was about me that saw spaghetti and meatballs on that man's plate, but I am craving some spaghetti and meatballs right now. You may have to do that in a little bit. Jesse, with the pocket jacks and pocket 2s, we're already at the pocket pair count 2. Just looking at Jesse's hand. And Kobe not showing his cards again. Brendan, king, king, queen, 7. And Carey with the pair of 5s. We are seeing so many pocket pairs right now. 10s for Donald. Looked like 4s for AD. June's got the 5-3 now. Let's see how strong that is. Uh-oh. We've got Eddie counting his chips at the table now.
Can I get Kobe's cards? Yes.
Wow. Ace, king, 5. Right on the flop. Brendan flops trips. Flops a set of kings, and Carey flops a set of 5s. Let's see how this goes. Oh, well, so far it's a bet and a call from Brendan and Carey. Donald gets out of the way. Good confident fold right there. And it looks like these two are just going to go at it to the turn again. Both with a set. Oh, and the ace. Wow.
They both improved to a full house.
They've both got their set full of aces. Brendan, I love the smooth check. Carey goes ahead and bets out 300 right there. And Brendan with the second nuts on this board. Actually, I'm not sure it's possible for a better hand. It would be an ace-king. Yeah, there is a possibility of an ace-king.
Ace-5, pocket aces.
Yeah, pocket aces, that is true. That is a possibility. So, yeah, about the fourth nuts. Ooh, and Brendan checks again. Carey bets out. What is that, $400 bet?
Looks like Yeah, 400.
A good half pot. Brendan actually looks like he's thinking about it. Possibly doing a little Hollywood. Carrie with a smile on her face. Feels like she's good. What? Brendan folds the best hand and shows it. Carrie shows her fives. Oh no, Brendan. Oh man. Wow. Good bet by Carrie. Brendan possibly seeing some monsters under the bed after one of those first hands. Where Carrie just had him beat out in the flush by that much. Brendan's still on top of the aggression frequency board. Kobe at the bottom of that at 29%. Big Taco right in the middle at 33%. But I guess that's the magic number because he's the big winner so far tonight, it looks like, at least in terms of stack size. Looks like we got our first comment from Jared. How's it going, buddy? Says, where's Eric Blank? Eric Blank is not on the table right now. But, actually, I don't know if he's in the club today.
Eric Blank? I haven't seen him today.
Yeah, I haven't seen him so far. It's Labor Day weekend. I guess people be grilling. People be grilling. But Eric actually usually, I would say almost a regular on our stream games. Plays a lot of them. Good player. Jared, we'll have to post a bolo for Eric for you.
And
here we go.
It is obvious that nobody is afraid of a Donald raise.
That is very true. But, as we always say, good enough for 5, good enough for 20.
There you go.
Ooh, look at this flop, too. An action flop. Queen, 10, 4. 2 clubs out there. Nobody holding the clubs, so let's see
Kobe.
Kobe's got Kobe. Yeah, Kobe's got the 9 high flush draw. Sorry about that. Take a shot. Carrie's holding jacks. And Donald holds a pair of 10s right now, but June makes a set of queens. Doesn't have the most equity, though. Eddie actually has the top spot for the equity. It looks like because of his up and down
straight draw,
up and down straight draw,
backdoor
flush draw, you name it. And a king on the turn doesn't give Eddie the straight, but does give him a pair. And June now improves. He's a 2-1 favorite.
He now has the open-ended straight draw. Nope, he needs a jack.
Wow, he's got the gut shot. But it doesn't matter. It's 5 on the river anyway. Check, and June takes it with his set of queens. Eddie looking a little frustrated. I don't blame him. Hasn't really seen the cards go his way so far. Now back down to $410. Sometimes it's a tough night at the poker table.
We've all had them.
Yep.
If you were a poker player and you hadn't had a tough night, you hadn't been playing long.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. Yeah, some of us have more tough nights than others, but what are you gonna do?
Lose money.
That's it.
At least for me it is. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's how I
Lose
do it.
more.
Hey, as long as we're having a good time doing it, though.
That's right.
That's the trick. Big Taco still sweeping the top of the leaderboard. Hasn't been unshaken so far tonight. Brennan at 2.5K. Third place. Catching up. Actually, I believe he might be up now. Might be unstuck. After adding on, Brendan down $10. Nice. Getting back to even. Love to see that. Eddie with, no offense, a garbage hand. Not doing too good. Kobe, double paired, double suited. Like to see that. I guess the double suited doesn't really mean much when you pairs or 4s and 3s. But hey, still got it. I'm still working on 2 flush draws. Carrie with the queen 10 and a pair of 5s. AD with the pair of 9s. June with the ace quisha. And we got Jesse all by his lonesome on the top right. Does make the fold. Oh. Oh, and we see a raise. Raise to 25. Good enough for 5, good enough for 25.
Absolutely.
Oh, we've got 7 players, all but one going to the flop. King 6 9 niner. Not exactly why.
Set of 9s for AD.
There you go. And June with a pair of 9s and a pretty good wrap. We got the dealer's being spicy out there. I like it. She says no comment. I missed what she was responding to, but I like the fact she's pleading the fifth. Oh man, it is a good night. A lot of smiles at the table. A lot of smiles at the table. And it looks like we've got a pot-sized bet here coming from AD with his set of 9s. And that might be good enough to take it down. I don't see anybody else really with the cards to call. He tosses him into the muck face down, not going to give anybody a free show. There we go. Look at that chip count. And he's still down below 1,000. Kobe also joining him, but only down by 1 blind. Still a lot of money on the table. Oh. We've got a sleeper triple straddle right now. 3 sleeper straddles. Now, of course, if a player acting before any of those straddles does decide to make a raise, that does nullify them.
Or a call.
Or a call.
If Kobe calls, all the sleepers come off.
Let's see if... Oh! And it is alive. Wow. I can't say I've ever seen a triple sleeper straddle. 40 buckarooners if you want to make the call. I'm sure we're going to see a couple of calls. Carey with the queens, looking good. June, all clubs, but pretty good wrap, and he's got the ace-king as well. Jesse with the suited ace and a pair of 7s. Not a bad hand either. Not a great one, but not a bad one. Surprised to see June with that much equity against all these other hands, even though he's holding all of, 4 clubs. But the number value of his hand is just that good, I guess.
He
Carey
laid it down, though.
What's that?
I think he laid it down.
Did he get away from it? No, he's
no,
still
he
holding
didn't.
it. He's
He
still
still got
holding
it.
it. Looks like he made the call for 260. Big pre-flop action. We're at almost $1,000 before the flop. Brendan does make the fold. Let's see if Carey makes the call. We're over 1,000 pre-flop. All right, guaranteed. Huge hand. Let's see some of those clubs come off. What do we got? Oh, it's a 5, a king, and a 7. 1 club. Donald's got 2 pair. Carey's still with the queens.
Donald was also the pre-flop aggressor, and so it makes a lot of sense for him to...
Wow. He did continue bet, but
Continuation.
June goes over the top, all in with that pair of kings, and I gotta say, I expect Donald to make... Well, I don't know. That's such a huge bet.
It would with only 2 pair. I think it'd be really hard for Donald to make this call.
And bottom 2 pair, no less. That's not even top. 885. Unbelievable. Love the strong play.
Carey has the second nut flush draw here, along with her pair of queens.
Yep.
This could be a really hard laydown for Carey.
Wow, and she does make it. Wow, she makes the laydown. Wow, and Donald, getting the right price
Donald
though.
made a great call there though.
He's getting the right price. He did make a good call.
But it says June has way ahead.
Yeah, he's way ahead in equity. For now. And it is taking into account the dead cards. So it could be that a lot of Donald...
I'm sorry, what's going on?
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
We got 2 boards. first board, ace and a deuce of spades.
Gives June.
June the better two pair.
Go when you're ready.
Oh, and a jack also gives it to June for a better two pair, kings and jacks.
Wow, that is
Unbelievable. Donald made the right call based on pot odds. Unfortunately, even running it twice, couldn't pick up the win. Wow, and June, now the big winner of the night. Donald, look in disbelief. That is a hand gesture of frustration if I've ever seen it.
wow.
Wow.
That is.
And I don't blame him one bit. You expect to win at least one of those when you're multiple times. But June, his aggression paid off. Now he's very close second to Big Taco's big chip stack. Vaughn's well manicured nails, of course,
Well,
making an appearance.
I mean, that's one of the things about making that call with the bottom two pair.
Yeah.
Is that like it's so easy if the other person has a pair to
Right.
pick up a second pair. If they
Right.
got the top pair, then any second pair negates your
Exactly.
your two, and
you
so
get
it's,
counterfeit real quick. Yep, that's certainly that, and that's a perfect example. That's it. That's why we.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a tough run out for him, especially. Yeah, I mean it's just a tough run out for him, but I mean that's
Tough
poker.
run. That's it. That's the game, baby. That is why we play. All right, Brendan spreading his cards under the gun. First to act, 5-3. Oh, he's straddled. Oh, we've got a double and a triple straddle again. Straddle, double. Oh, wait, sorry, just a call. Double straddle and a call from Donald. And Carrie, what a great hand to look down at when you're double straddling. With the ace-king suited, no less. And Big Taco making a big hand. We're going 6 players to the flop, it looks like. With a lot of people making the call. Ace-10-8, rainbow. Carrie with the best of it right now. She's got the pair of aces and the Broadway draw. Looking for a queen. Nobody with a set, though. And Carrie does make the call. Big Taco leads out there with the queen jack. Oh, there's the queen giving Carrie the straight. She's got Broadway. Let's see what she does here. Does she decide to lead out or she... Nope, she sure does. She bets pot and
So that-
quick folds.
That is what you call in poker terminology a donkey bet.
And is the donk lead right there.
Because she did not have the she did not make the aggression in the previous round and bet before he could get back to the aggressive player.
That's right.
Um,
And may have cost her some value in that case.
it might have.
Or
It's possible that everybody would have just checked around. If that happens, then whenever it comes back around to her, she bets again. But she can also end up falling behind at
That's
that
true.
point. So.
yep.
I mean, it's always kind of a chess match in your head. Going, should I make the donk bet here, or should I
just
I
wait?
refrain
Should
and,
I try
and
to
hope somebody else is aggressive so that I can take it away?
And
A lot of that is about knowing your table too.
That's it. That is very true. And I'm sure Carrie's played with a lot of these players a lot of times. And you do also have to balance your donk bet frequency, you know? So that could have been one of the cases where she decided, hey, it's worth it in the long run to balance my range here. And certainly was good enough to take down the pot. That is true. And it looks like we've got a couple of callers for 20. A couple more than a couple, really. Going 7 players to the flop. And the flop is queen, 9, 7, all rainbow again. June with the backdoor nut flush draw if it were to come diamonds. He's got the pair of aces. Donald leads for $65, but June just makes a smooth call. Jesse with this pair of queens coming along too. And I believe I believe Kobe's coming along also. Let's see. He's still thinking about it, though. He's got 2 pair, that 9 and the 7. I believe a jack would give him a straight. No, jack would give him a chance at getting a straight. Brennan holding an 8 and a jack. And it looks like nobody folds. Going 6 ways to the turn here. Quite the pot. There we go. It is a 10.
Brendan picks up the straight.
There it is. Picks up the straight. A lot of equity. Donald's still not that far behind, though. He has a possibility of a straight as well. But that club does kill everybody's, except Donald's flush draw action. Donald does have 2 clubs, but with that 6 high flush draw, it's probably not going to like it too much. And Brendan bets it out. He makes the straight, decides to lead. June's still holding cards now. Doesn't look too pleased. Does decide to get away from it.
He did have the ace of clubs, which could have been used to make a play later,
but not in this case. Brendan goes ahead and takes down another one. Now, I believe he's up.
I believe that puts him
I
up.
believe he's up now. Good job. Went to showdown. Eddie, 25% of his hands. That is a full quarter of his hands went to showdown. A lot of non-believers playing against Eddie. That's what that says to me. It looks like we're adding on.
Brendan is almost 400 up.
Nice. Oops. Who added on?
I do. How much?
And it looks like Donald's adding on a couple of 20s there. More than 500 is the add-on. That's more than a couple 20s. And I think Eddie added on.
Got it, thank you. And how much for Eddie? 500 for him. Thank you.
We got another $1,000 hitting the table right now. Getting interesting. And we got about 45 or so minutes, half an hour to 45 or so minutes left on the stream. This is where it gets crazy. Couple players stuck. Couple players trying to catch up. Couple players trying to hold on to their lead. Carrie always smiling. I gotta say, this is maybe one of my favorite dynamics of tables that I've seen in a while. Love the sportsmanship too. You know, in a game where everybody's after everybody's literal money, you would think that it would be a lot more, I don't know, not spiteful, but a lot more ugly. But not at Kojaks. No, we always have a good time.
There are certain etiquette things in poker that that really like don't necessarily apply in a lot of other places.
That's true.
And it's a different kind of thing. People tend to follow a certain set of rules and they tend to be reasonably well behaved most of the time.
And that's very true. That's a really good point. Yeah, there are a lot of manners, and I'm still learning, some of them. So forgive me if you sit down next to me, but I'm trying. And Kobe with the ace of spades. We got 2 spades on the flop. There we go. AD takes it down with his 2 pair, top 2 pair though, king and queen. And sometimes that's how it goes. June at 3.7K now.
Big Taco finally fell below 4,000.
Below 4. Unbelievable. And it looks like we've got another dealer change. No doubt one of my favorite dealers.
Oh yeah.
Dealer says, are we going to be doing a bomb pot? Typically, yes. Typically, we would be doing those, but when we're doing streams, we don't have the capability right now to relay those.
Yeah. We got Cody sitting in the chair now.
There we go. Cody, definitely one of my favorite dealers there.
And if you're really, really lucky, he might even deliver your mail for you.
Uh-huh.
That's what he does in his off time.
He moonlights. It's a daytime postman. I like that. Somebody one time told me they moonlight as an amateur something or other. And I thought that setup for a joke was just too perfect. Because if you're moonlighting, obviously it's an amateur. But you're double amateur.
Yeah.
That's one that I use every once in a while.
Yeah.
I moonlight as an amateur poker player. And it looks like we got a couple of callers already. We had a straddle to start. So this will be a $10 call. Brendan, you gotta feel good enough to raise it there. You got one too many diamonds, but not too bad number of high cards there. Carrie gonna get in the mix with her pair of tens. She's got the stupid hand, 5-2. I had Kobe with the 4-4. So that pocket pair count. Big Taco with tens. Kobe with fours. Carrie with tens. I don't know if technically that's 3 pocket pairs or if technically it's 2.
It's pocket quads.
Pocket quads. Yeah, last night at the home game, I offered a player money to trade one of my cards with them. I feel like that might be frowned upon in the poker world, but sure worked out for me. And we got 2 hearts. 2 hearts on the board. Big Taco and June are the only 2 players holding 2 hearts in their hand. There's the 3rd heart. So June and Big Taco both have flushes, but neither is a really good flush. Big Taco's 10 high. June falls just short of that at 9 high. But June still has 25% equity.
Neither one of them can be happy with their...
You really can't. Oh, June boats. Love that.
Yeah.
That's one way to not be happy with your flush. Just
Yeah.
swap it out for a boat. June bets it. Let's see if Taco decides to call. These are the 2 big stacks.
Now Frankie's trying to decide, is my 10 high flush good enough, or no, it's not.
He lays it down.
It is not.
As soon as June was done placing the bet, Taco gets out of there. Now we see, wow, a shift in power. June now up above 4K.
4,000.
And June bought in short, I believe, right? June's doing real well.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember.
June is just.
I don't remember back to 2.5 hours ago.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. I don't remember what I had for breakfast. Actually, kidding. It was a muffin. Those
There you
blueberry
go.
muffins
There
from
you
Market
go.
Street. Shout those out, man. Those are tasty.
So June is up 3.2. He's sitting at 4.1, so he's in for about 9.
Yeah, he did buy in short. Carey also a good winner here, 990. Not a bad way to spend your time and pick up a couple of bucks while you're doing it.
So talking about quads, I was in a hand the other day, PLO, and a player looked at his cards and kind of laughed or whatever, and at the end of the he folded, but at the end he had his cards set off to the side and flipped them over. He had 4 aces in his hand.
No way.
All 4 aces just sitting in his hand.
Too bad you can't just play those, huh?
Yeah.
I believe we're going to go for probably another maybe
6 minutes.
35 minutes.
35 minutes or so? Perfect.
Yeah, we should be cutting off just after 11. We're rounding out the last half hour of the stream. We got Josh back in the studio.
Of course, just right around trying to see how everything's going. So,
Hey, as long as you're here, Josh, I've heard some rumors about a new game that's supposed to be happening on Monday, some kind of 1-2 game. Do you know anything about that?
yeah, so one of the things that we're going to start doing, we're going to open back up on Mondays. Of course, football's kicking off, right? So
Very nice.
Everyone's getting excited about that. give you all a place to watch the various games. But of course, we're going to start sponsoring a 1-2 game. So with that 1-2 game, it's going to have a cap. We're not going to do a 70% of the big stacks so that people can't come in, quote unquote, bully the stacks around.
Sure.
It's going to be a true 1-2. And that's something that we're going to start offering on Mondays, along with a high hand of the hour that is going to take place between 7 p.m. and 12 a.m. So every Monday we're going to be sponsoring that 1-2 game as well as the high hands.
Yeah, well, you'll see me a couple of Monday nights more.
You're not the only one, apparently. Yvonne's already asking to come in and play too. So.
All right. Well,
It's the only game I can play.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's a small game for me. Nice.
Yeah.
I pay half of the price. It's like a big offer to win a lot of money.
That's it. That's how I feel too. Well, you got some. I got some stiff competition, I guess.
If I see you at the table, I would be here.
Oh man,
All right, so
I believe it too.
So Eddie does have the best hand here. So back to the game.
Back to the game, yeah.
So Eddie does have the best hand here with pocket kings, but at the same time, I mean that's a pretty interesting board for him to lead out and bet. Donald, of course, blocking straights and having back. I mean, Donald's just Donald. We'll put it that way. So
Yeah.
he raises to 500, putting the pressure back on Eddie. Of course, Eddie has to fold there.
Eddie
he just
folds.
he just has the gut shot. I mean, he's looking for a jack on the river. The jack, even if he catches his king, ace,
Right.
jack 8, all of those hands still crush him.
Right.
So, I mean, Donald just happened to find that perfect spot to be able to put a little bit more pressure back on Eddie and see if Eddie had the ability to call. Eddie was 69% favorite,
Yep.
but what good number. But
Nice.
So just because you're the favorite though doesn't mean that you can pull the hand off, right? So,
Exactly. Yeah, we've seen a lot of things go south with those favorite numbers really flipping around quick.
Yeah. One card is all it takes to completely change the complexion of a PLO hand.
That's it. And yeah, we did see Donald actually get destroyed by. Made a good call as far as pot odds go, but ended up not catching the right river. Actually turning river twice on 2 boards, and his stack is coming back. And
He
pots
flopped-
like that will definitely help out.
Flopped bottom 2 against June's top pair.
And June
and,
made a better 2 pair on
Read
both
it
of the
twice, and June caught 2 pair on both boards.
It's just sick. Where's Basil? We need like one of those so Staples had that was easy button,
Mhm.
So it's just like with poker. Basil is like the iconic poker's so sick, bro. So we just need one like the Basil button. So anytime something like that happens, just because it's just a house thing, right? Basil
Yeah.
of course being an icon here, but
I need to make a soundboard of Basil's quotes that we can bust out on the stream anytime we need them.
all right, have y'all been keeping track of how many times Brendan picked us up pocket aces tonight?
No, but this may be the second time.
Well, he
Both times you're here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm his good luck charm. Right?
That's
So
all right.
I step into the booth, he picks up pocket aces. Although he lost last time. Remember, we were talking about whether or not
Yep.
he would overplay him.
Yep.
So I will stay long enough to watch this, and then I'm going to jump back out on the floor, and then I will see y'all right before we close the live stream.
Very
A
cool.
couple other announcements we got coming up. Pretty exciting things happening in September, so I'll jump back in right before the close of the live stream and kind of go through a couple of those things with y'all.
Yeah. I hear a big tournament series going on here in September. Look at this though. 2 diamonds, and Carrie's holding 4 other diamonds. AD with the nut diamond draw.
8 of diamonds would be beautiful for Kerry. No, for Eddie. 8 of diamonds would be beautiful for Eddie.
Yeah, that would
Or
be
4.
that would be nuts.
No, the 4 wouldn't help him.
And I don't believe that the 8 of diamonds was folded. It's possible though. We're only looking at 4 hands now.
Well, I mean, we are looking at 11 of the 13 diamonds, though.
That's
So-
true. That's true. Yeah, not too many left over. Carey makes the call. Like to see it. Now Brendan did get out of the way, so he didn't overplay his aces this time either.
It's so unfortunate.
We saw you as soon as you left here. You went right back into the old Clyde's room. Those players have it.
All right, so 10 of spades on the turn. It doesn't really look like anyone's improving. AD is out in front with 2 pair.
Yep.
He's going to pick it up with 9s and 10s.
And that
9s and 4s.
Nines and fours.
9s and 4s with a 10 kicker.
9s and 4s looks to lock it up with the check mark, but not a particularly easy board to play. Eddie goes all in.
Fold. Almost guaranteed.
Yeah, I can't see AD sticking around for that. He's looking at it. Not even top 2. Middle and bottom pair.
He is asking for a count. If he pulls this off,
Oh, and Eddie looks like he wanted to reveal a couple of cards. 335 is the bet. AD thinking about it. Ah, he lets it go.
a little bit of Hollywood there.
A little bit
Just
of
a little bit.
Hollywood there. Posturing.
All right, so I will be back in about 20 minutes, and we'll go through some of the other things that Kojaks has going on in September. Got a lot of exciting things. The 1-2, of course, opening back up on Mondays. That's gonna be pretty big. One of the things I forgot to mention with the high hands. So previously, what we did with the high hands is we gave a little bit of money away, right?
Sure.
So sure, people got excited about that. But one of the things that we're gonna start doing this time, though, is for each of those high hands, the winners are going to win a 6-hour time package.
Nice.
So I mean, we are going to be giving away those 6-hour time packages for each of those winners during that session. So, that's just something to look forward to moving forward on Mondays.
Love that. Thank you.
All right. Well, good luck, y'all, and I'll be back here in a little bit.
All right. I'll see you back here, Josh. Yeah, that time package really is going to be a good feature, especially if you're, low budget like myself. You want to get in on that 1-2 game on Monday nights. Get a couple of hours towards your play while you play. Certainly helps out. Our hourly rate here really is actually excellent, especially if you're playing a $5 game. You win one pot and you got a million hours right there if you put it towards hours just by itself. And we've got Jesse with the 7s, Eddie with the 4s. Let's see who's got the aces this time. I'm sniffing out a pocket pair of aces here.
Pretty sure it wasn't Carrie.
Don't think it was Gary either. No, Donald's got the 10s. And June's got the 10s also. So all 4 10s accounted for once again. Quads. And Big Taco with the suited jack, 9. He does have the 5 deuce, though.
There you go.
Nice stupid hand.
It is
All
my
right.
stupid hand. I love that stupid hand.
And June flops basically the world. Picks up a pair of aces. He's got the nut flush draw. He's got pocket 10s. Of course, we know all the 10s are accounted for, but if another 10 were to come out, he would make a set of 10s. And Donald bets out for 110. Let's see if Eddie makes a call. Eddie does make the call. Got 4 players going on now here. Ooh, another ace. Wow. June now with trip aces along with his flush draw. Oh, but Eddie boats. Eddie's got 4s full of aces. So he technically has the best hand right now, but June has much more equity. Oh, because June boats also. June has the 9. I didn't see that before. He's got aces full of 9s. Wow. And we see an all-in and a snap fold from Donald over there. I guess Eddie's going all in with his 4s full. He's about to get told. He's about to get the bad news. And I'm sure June snap calls. There's a queen on the river. 535 is the bet. And June is thinking about it. 535 more for June. Eddie confidently holding his hands. And it looks like June flicks in a couple of chips. Yep, he calls. Aces full of 9s. Oh, no. Eddie leans back, happy as ever. Oh, man, what can you do? And Eddie looks like he's going to call it there, getting stacked again. Unfortunately, just not Eddie's night, running into cooler after cooler. But look at that show. Look at that, sportsmanship. Gives June the pat, good hand on his way out. June now the huge winner at 5.1K. Unreal. And we are rounding out the end of the night, but don't forget, check out Carrie Shaver Realty. Carrie Shaver sponsoring our stream tonight. Fantastic lady, fantastic player, and fantastic realtor. check her out if you're in the market, or if you want to be in the market. Want to cash in on some of that equity?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I said, I went up 20% on my home just this past year. 20%. That's unreal. Likely unsustainable. Could be a bubble if you want to cash in while you can before the bubble pops. Not a bad idea. We got Blaze back in the room. How's it going, buddy?
Playing, grinding.
Just grinding it out.
Has there been blood?
There has been blood. Blood was shed.
Wonderful.
Eddie had to leave. Eddie got felted the second time, I believe. Well, technically,
He didn't get felted the first time.
he had 80
had it
behind.
He had it on twice without getting felted, and he just
Yeah.
got felted. And
Yeah, he had 4s full of aces up against June's aces full of 9s.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So he flopped the full and then
Uh,
there or something.
June-
they both already had it on the river,
Yeah.
and
The-
he shoved all in, and
They both turned
called,
boats. Yeah. Yeah. Nasty night though. A couple of big hands. We've seen the nut flush go up against the second nut flush. Saw a couple of boat over boat situations. But we're still having a good time in here. Kobe with the kings right now. AD with the 3s right now. Jesse with the jacks right now. Jesse. And nobody laughed, as you should.
where else can you have 5 people call $10 pre-flop and then call a
110
raise?
Right.
I know.
5, 10, 100.
I mean,
Who
really?
cares? Who cares?
Oh, and Kobe's gonna
Wow.
love that flop.
Jesse also flopping a set of jacks.
Ooh, Taco's got a wrap. He's not going nowhere.
Yeah, Taco's been doing well so far tonight, but has been slipping lately.
So we're set. Kobe and
Yeah.
Jesse both got sets, huh?
Yeah, paint also.
There's going to be blood. There's going to be a nasty hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were really seeing the action ramping up these past couple of hands.
Look, Taco fucking pots it. And then Jesse
Taco, yeah.
Kobe's going to rip.
Yeah, Kobe's definitely gonna rip for sure. I can't.
Jesse can't fold. He's
I
thinking about
can't
what
see
he's doing.
Jesse folding. He's probably worried about the action behind him. I'm sure.
I think Taco's going to scoop it.
You think Taco's gonna take it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Taco does have a backdoor.
He has a lot of ability to improve. A lot of
Yeah.
ability.
Wow, and Jesse.
Wow, Jesse lays
Jesse,
it down.
wow, big laydown. Kobe goes all in. And Taco can't help but call the rest.
Yeah,
The other $75.
Taco Frankie can't get away.
Oh man, that would be funny if he just folded up.
Ooh.
Oh, and the king
Oh.
for quads. That locks it up. Wow. Wow, you were right. Blaze, there was blood here. 1.9 thousand in the
that's-
middle.
Big Taco at one point was our big winner for the night, up around 4.4. I think he
Yeah.
goes
Up
up to.
4?
He was
up to-
at 4.4.
Up to 4.4. I
Um,
think he was up well over like 2,000 or so. Now I want to say he might be stuck.
No.
No?
No, he's
Oh, yeah, he's still above the
he's still
max
up. I
buy.
want to say he was in for about 1.3, so he's up about at 1.5, give or take.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, Big Taco's been the big chip leader so far all night, except now June. Crushing
June
it.
has had a couple of hands recently that it was just it was gross
Crushing it.
and just like
Yeah,
He's-
most recently that
he's-
boat over boat.
he's
He was
doing
able to
good.
really scoop a giant pot there.
That's the one where he finally felted Eddie?
Yeah, he felt it, Eddie. Yep. Eddie, I think, had 800 or something, so he got all that plus whatever else was in the pot.
Yeah.
What have you got going on, Blaze? How's the game going in your end?
It's decent.
Decent.
Yeah.
We got a couple of tables out there.
There's 2 tables right now going. There's a whole. I think we're gonna open up a second hold'em table.
Ah, very nice.
Some people walking in. All right, fellas.
All right, always good to see you. We love it
Go
when you
get
grace
some.
us. Blaze might be one of my favorite players here at Kojak's. Kind of a quiet guy, very confident guy, but he's got the smile when you make him laugh. It cracks me up. Good man, good man. And here we go. We got another big pot brewing, or at least a lot of callers. Just about everybody calling for 20. Oh, we do see one fold. Carrie gets away from it to check her phone, just seeing how many likes she's got.
Probably checking to see if somebody's trying to get a hold of her for
That's
real
true.
estate.
That's true. Yeah, check out Carrie Shaver Realty. This stream, of course, sponsored by Carrie Shaver. And we're entering the last couple of hands here, so let's hope they don't disappoint. So far, $800 in the pot. Doesn't look like it will disappoint. We've got a couple of big hands.
Almost $1,000 in this pot now.
Big Taco and Kobe, both good wraps. And Donald, the only one with an ace, but it is suited. Ace of hearts and the 4 of hearts. No hearts on board kills his flush chances, but there's a king 7-6 on board. 2 clubs.
Oh, Brendan. Brendan has clubs.
Brendan, the only one with clubs.
And the open-ended straight draw.
Oh, and he bets 800 right near pot.
Big old wrap.
Good wrap, good clubs. Not likely to force out any higher clubs with that bet.
He
but
does not like the eight of clubs. He doesn't really want a club.
Yeah, right. He doesn't. He little does he know. He's the only one.
That a club would actually be fine for him. Wouldn't
Yep.
hurt him.
But he's trying to avoid. Let's see if we can sweat out another club here. Let's see what happens. Though that would likely kill the action, I'm sure.
Very likely, because nobody else has clubs.
Nobody else has clubs. June really sweating this decision, really thinking about it. He's got a pair of kings.
Top pair and an inside straight draw.
Yep. He does let it go, and Taco lets it go. Let's see if Kobe, with always fashionable headwear, let's see if he lets it go.
He also has a wrap and may actually even have a slightly better wrap because he's got the 10.
Yep, and he also has the pair of kings already. So opportunities to improve there, though he is a little bit less than 2-1 dog. Wow, that turn, the ace of spades evens out the equity. We're basically a flip now. Brendan shoves. Kobe lets it go. Wow, Brendan's aggression pays off. And he scoops 4.3K from that pot. That might be the biggest pot we've seen tonight. 4,000, 4,300.
Maybe.
That's up there. Up there with the best of them. Certainly did not disappoint. That puts Brendan up to number 2 now. Previously, Big Taco was the only player to be above 4K in his chip stack all night. Now we've got 2 of them. June and Brendan. Brendan definitely not stuck anymore. Hand 53. And we have really seen empires rise and fall. Brendan up 1.8K, but June up 4,000 right now. Unbelievable night for some of these players. Carrie's chip stack still to me is the most impressive. I think she has the most reds. That's probably what it is.
Probably. We have some players that just really like to have the small chips because it just makes their chip stack look really impressive.
Yep.
And then others that are just like, it doesn't even matter. And then some people that prefer the big chips so that like they can hide the strength of their stack.
I am a big chip kind of guy. I always offer to trade any chance I get.
I like to have a good mix. I like to have chips that I can play with, and I like to have chips that are value holders. Maybe.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, it's interesting that every little bit of poker involves a strategy, even down to your chip stack.
Absolutely.
I think that's interesting.
I used to be one of those players that like to keep all my chips like lined up so that all the stripes on the side
look
perfect or whatever. And I finally managed to break myself of that, but
nerd alert.
I was one of those guys.
We had a guy bring his girlfriend to the game last night who didn't play, and she was straightening out all of his chips because she was just watching. Yeah, I thought that was really funny. She ended up making a really cool castle out of them. Oh, and Brendan goes ahead and bets on the button. Love to see that. He's got a good wrap here for the straight draw and a set of 7s already. He's going to bet his equity. 34% is actually the highest on the board, but AD and Kobe are really not too far behind right now. AD shoves with his flush draw and has a wrap to a lower straight than Brendan. 11-10 is the bet. June probably going to get away from this, though he does have a set of 3s making it a little bit difficult. Bottom set probably doesn't feel great. He throws him at Carrie to see what she thinks of that. And Jesse, with the pair of nines, probably not going to stick around. Jesse's been playing very snug so far tonight. Oops. Oh, he did he did fold. Jesse did fold. Kobe shoves for less, and Brendan has 670 to call. And Brendan makes the call. So we're going to run it twice. We've got
Give me just a minute.
three-way, basically all in.
I am ready for you when you're ready.
And Brendan's free rolling here. He's got the highest equity, the best chance with his middle set. But of course, could improve to backdoor hearts, possibly a straight, or could boat up if the board pairs. So in a really good spot here. Has 49% equity, and we will be running it twice, so you expect he's probably going to win one of these based on the numbers alone. And, oh, there's the 4. That and the 5 locks it up for Kobe. Kobe with the straight. And Brendan now has a chance. Oh, Jack and Queen will do it. Brendan will lock up that straight as well on the second board. So there we go. We've got exactly like the odds dictated. Brendan wins one, AD or Kobe won the other. And that's
Kobe won the first one and Brendan won the second one.
And that is just poker math at work right there. And we got a little time for the dealer to sort things out. You got a little time. Check out Carrie Shaver Realty. Of course, we are sponsored here by Carrie Shaver, so we appreciate you checking it out. We appreciate you, Carrie, for sponsoring the stream. Thanks for letting me and Chris hang out for a couple of hours.
Absolutely.
Always a good time in here.
Absolutely. It's not even too hot in here tonight.
I know.
You have to turn on the fan.
You know what? I'm wearing shorts and a short sleeve because it's usually hot in here. I usually bring a jacket just to keep myself warm, but today is the first night that it's actually kind of chilly in here.
Yeah.
My toes are numb. But that's all right. It's worth it because this poker action's got us heated right now. And Brendan scoops another gigantic pot. Splits a gigantic pot, 3.3K total. Puts Brendan right close to that 5K mark. Certainly had a rough start, but really making up for lost time now.
Yeah.
And
all it takes is a few good hands, and all of a sudden you are right back in it.
That's it. That's
and
it.
You can definitely get paid off out here.
Oh, easy. Yep. Easy to get paid off if you just play the nuts.
Just play the nuts, you get paid off just about every time.
That's it. That's it. A lot of players like making those hero calls. June still on top of the leaderboard, 4.9K, but Brendan not far behind at 4.7. Big Taco down to 2.6 along with Carrie. We have seen a fall from the chip stack, Big Taco.
Another thing you'll find out here is that the chips don't really tend to get locked up.
No, that is true.
The players win them, but they're perfectly happy to lose them right back.
That's right. That's right. Always good action. Always good action. And Donald, it looks like straddled for 10. And AD may have double straddled. Yeah, AD looks like he double straddled there. June with the quad draw. But so is Donald. I think that negates quad twos as a possibility. Another game that I watched this past week was the Poker Go Cup.
Looks like Eddie's back in.
Event number 2. Oh, Brendan, look at this. Triple queens. All the ladies right now. Brendan and June so far showing off, representing all 4 of the queens. June's got twos. We already saw the other twos folded. So another one, screwing up the pocket pair count. Twos, tens, and queens, but Brendan has the trips. Of course, you can't use those in PLO. And let's see. Brendan needing a little help. 4-bet to $85. There's an ace in the window. Kobe pairs the ace. Nobody makes a set, but Kobe does have 2-pair with his aces and fives. And I believe none of the tens are dead, so he's drawn live to a set of tens. Brendan still has just about as much equity, though. Interesting to see that. Big Taco with the highest equity with his, I believe, his straight draw. Let's see a 6. Oh, and Kobe, there we go. Kobe now 64%. 69%. Nice. And Kobe does bet. And now we're at 75% with that 8 of hearts on the turn. Big Taco's option. Wow, and Kobe gets away from it. Kobe gets away, folding the best hand. We've seen a lot of that tonight. Kobe playing very snug. Oh, wait. Kobe won?
No. That pot went to Frankie.
Yeah, Big Taco took down that pot. Now up to 2.3K.
On the night, Kobe is a little down.
A little down, not too
Little
much.
down.
475, not too bad. AD down a couple more than a couple thousand. But he's got his lucky dice there, AD.
How much did Eddie come in for?
And a little food delivery going on here. Yeah, come check us out at Kojak's. You actually never have to leave. We got food runners that periodically will make food runs. Just place an order. And I order one Josh. Oh, look at that. That was quick.
Super fast. I'm faster than Jimmy John's.
I believe it.
And they are freaky fast.
Ah, that's
According
true.
to
Free
according to their
smells.
ads.
Free
So,
smells.
All right, so I will wait till probably towards the end of this hand and then go over some of the other exciting things that we have going on through September. As
Love it.
promised, of course, that's what I said last time I was in here.
Love it. A man of his word.
Most of the time. When I say I'll deal you the nuts, though, that's not always accurate.
That's not binding.
No,
That's
it's not
fair.
binding. Verbal is not binding for a dealer.
For a dealer. And Jesse with 2 pocket pairs, kings and fives. Suited king. So Eddie is back. Love to see it. That's all it takes, though. You know, you get stuck a little bit, come back in, takes 1 or 2 good hands, and you're right back to even.
Absolutely.
Like the tenacity there, you know? Very tenacious. Oh, and we've got a raise to 35. Speaking of which, from Eddie. Donald does make the call. Eddie sits down to a pretty good hand, too. Ace, king, 9-8, suited king of clubs. AD's holding the ace of clubs, though, and ace does come on the flop. AD pairs the ace along with Eddie. But Eddie, a slight favorite over AD. June with the most equity with that set of sevens there. Trying to get the board to pair.
I'll take the set.
Okay.
That's what I'm taking in this spot.
Smart.
Let's see, Jesse.
Donald also has a set.
Yeah, Jesse's drawn dead.
I like the 1% though. The 1%.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever you have 15 outs, it never gets there. When you've got one card to come,
Yep. Too many out syndrome. And
how sick would it be if a deuce came out right now?
oh, it's a jack instead. That would have been.
All right, so now it looks like as far as improvements, Eddie does pick up a gut shot. You know, a 10 would give him the jack high straight.
Sure.
He's not fading diamonds. No one's holding diamonds, so pretty much just any of the remaining 10. So he does pick up a little extra value and equity there.
Of course, Donald now drawing dead with that jack. That must mean the other 2 was folded.
Eddie with the insta call.
Ooh. Man, Donald, let's see if he makes the fold. Does he get away from it? He hasn't yet.
The really tough thing for Donald in this spot is that pretty much any card that comes out is going to complete a straight.
Right. Oh, and he does. He throws in 2 blacks, gets an 8.
Or it's going to pair the board. If it's not a 2, that's
Yeah.
that's not really necessarily good for him.
Right. Right. And June checks around. And June's set of 7s will win. Hey, you had your money on the right horse there, Josh.
Yeah, overs, all that fun stuff. I'll take the set there in
Sure.
that spot. In that
particular
So,
one, hey,
not
it
saying
worked
that's
out.
what I'm always gonna go with, but okay. So as far as what we got going on in September, that's kind of exciting. So of course we offer our daily tournaments. We talked about the 1-2 games that we're gonna start broadcasting on Mondays. But for the next 3 Saturdays, one of the things that we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be offering a $280 satellite.
Nice.
So, of course, we have our next main event coming up. And so in October 3rd through the 16th, we are going to be offering all of our big tournaments again with guarantees. The Texas Stack has a $30,000 guarantee on it. The main event, of course, has a $60,000 guaranteed on that as well. And so you're not going to want to miss these huge tournaments. I mean, we generally have great turnout for our main events. And so one of the things that we're doing over the next 3 Saturdays is offering a $280 satellite.
Nice.
And so what happens with that is for every $4,500 in the prize pool, the player who wins that package is going to win a seat into every single one of our tournaments that we're offering through the entire main event. And so, that's something that we're going to be doing today. We ended up giving away 2 packages.
Very nice.
And so, the cool thing about that is you don't even have to win the thing. It's based off of qualifying entries. And so we gave away 2 packages today. And then,
Bingo.
so we're going to be offering that for the next 3 weeks and looking forward to getting as many of these out as possible. You're not required to play them. So if you win and you're just like, but I'm not a Big O player, then you can try to sell that ticket and make cash value off of that.
Nice.
And so it's just one of those really cool things that we are offering for our players.
Or if you know a really good Big O player and you want to make some kind of a deal with them, then that's on the table too.
Very cool. Absolutely. Whatever you want to do with it, essentially that package seat is yours. Whatever's going on here, Eddie's all in.
Eddie is all in with his aces. Talk about
it wouldn't. The pot wouldn't hold it.
pot wouldn't hold it. He's
well, he did 4-bet to 385 though, so he's got most of it out there. He's probably got 40 on top of that, but
oh, it looks like Donald makes the call right away. Donald with 3 spades, pretty good wrap though.
That's a raise from Donald.
Yeah, he's pushing Eddie all in for the rest of it, trying to squeeze June out probably. See if June wants to stick around. For 1,060 is the bet that June is now facing. He is up a lot on the night. He would be free rolling this call, but
so at this point, it really doesn't make sense for June to call. If he's going to
No.
play this hand, he should just shove and get all the money in the pot right now.
right,
Because neither Donald nor Eddie have enough money behind to
really make it worthwhile.
really make it worthwhile. The only 2 moves from June here are fold or all in. Because his stack wasn't enough.
And we are doing a run out. Looks like June made the fold.
And Eddie really doesn't have any choice but to make the
Wow.
call there.
And clubs come off. It would have been a disaster had June stuck in though with the suited king of clubs.
Yeah.
Eddie picks up 625 from that. It's a good start to getting back to even. Love to see that.
I think that's a hand that I think June would normally like to see a flop with. I think that probably part of his decision there is that he's up really big and he wants to kind of protect stack just
Keep
a little
that
bit.
stack, yeah.
Also, it was a big bet and a lot of aggression pre-flop, and so
Right.
it makes a lot of sense for him to get out of the way there.
Good fold, June. Good fold. I'm really looking forward to the
Is this
upcoming tournament series here.
Is this going to
Coach
be our
X.
last hand for the night?
This may be the last one. This will be the last time for the night of this stream.
Game will continue. Stream will stop.
Yes, indeed. I don't want to scare any of these players away. Now, Josh, let me ask you this: what is the
Oh, God.
policy on dealers competing in the tournaments that are coming up?
Well, so our policy depends on the players that we see playing. So every time I see players that are entering tournaments, I really want to play against them.
Yeah.
So you'll actually see quite a few of our dealers that are going to participate
Nice.
in this. I actually played in the round of each tournament this last series that we had and ended up cashing in that one.
Very cool.
Round of each is of course is one of my favorite games. I'm not saying I'm good. For any of you that are watching this, I am not. Let me throw this out there. Not saying I'm good. I'm just saying I like the game. So you'll see a lot of us that'll actually join, our favorite games and try to run good in that. And you'll actually see quite a few of our dealers that'll play the main event. Warren played the main event this last time as well, and he ran deep.
Love that.
Made day 2. Was a little disappointed in himself, of course. That most players are when they run deep and then don't make final table, whatever it is. But yeah, so you'll see a lot of our staff that'll throw our money into the race as well and try to hope to turn it into something. So
Excellent. So yeah, if you are a fan of the dealers like I am, you want to play against them in the tournament, you got a good chance.
that's what I'm saying. If I see you playing in a tournament,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna just ask to get off for the night and just enter.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to sit at the same table as you. So
It's always a good time when you're dealing, man. You and me. I always have.
all
a
right.
good
So
time.
looking at this last hand of the night, so ace jack on the flop. We do have the suited king 9 of spades, so we do have big taco with the nut flush draw. However, Kobe flopped top trips, looking to improve to a boat if he can.
And Eddie bets out for 150 with his spade draw, I guess.
Yeah, he that 6 that he has the 10 high. My bad. I saw the 6 high at first. I was like, that's pretty strong.
Ooh, Brendan with the rack. No cards though. Not playing out of the rack.
He was here for the stream. Stream's over. He's going to go ahead and cash out and
And get back to it. It looks like.
get back to it.
I'm willing to bet you $10 he's texting me right now.
If I had $10, I would take that bet.
It's a good thing that I leave my phone over in the tournament booth. That way I don't have to see it until I get out there and see what he says. All right, so let's see. So an 8 on the turn doesn't necessarily improve either, but Kobe is sitting at 94% favorite here.
Yeah, he's got that top trips.
Eddie's still looking for a spade.
Ooh,
Does not
an
come.
8
Gets
comes.
the full house. Ace is full.
No, so it's not going to be a full house. It's just going to be trip aces
Oh,
with
you're
the
right.
jack
You're
6.
And that'll do it. Big pot. Not disappointing for the end of the night. I should have taken the bet, huh? I don't know yet, but I should have taken it, I feel like. Well,
All right.
Josh?
Well, thank you so much for everything. Thanks for coming out. Like I said, looking very forward to everything that we got coming on in September. Don't miss out on our one. If you like 1-2, don't miss out on our 1-2 Mondays. If you want a chance at satelliting into every single tournament that we're offering here in our main event coming up, just show up on our Saturday tournaments. $280. We have the add-ons, rebuys, all of that, and we're giving away an entry into every single tournament.
love it.
Every time the prize pool reaches $4,500, that's another one in this.
Another butt in the seat.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks for spending the night with us. This Saturday evening, happy Labor Day. I keep doing
Labor
that.
Day.
Happy Labor Day, everybody. And hey, we had a good time. For Chris.